Do, 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 do. Batwoman. Belgium.
What a wonderful start to my stream. I approve.
The post Batwoman mental sort of slump.
It's just all brain farts. Just another Bethany run, or do I just do a random run? I don't even know. Let's go with the classic Isaac. Hey, what up, Slowcuber? Mortal, you're gay? Hey. Also, hello? Tell Raggleton hello. I did.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Ooh, it's you. It is me. It is. I'm.
Woo woo, it's you woo.
Ooh, woo, woo, ooh, woo. Oh, right, I don't even have Discord on my screen. How embarrassing. There we go. Thanks, Ruiz. But it's so late for you, what the fuck? Also, hello. Well, I'm still off work tomorrow, so I can Strombobulus and have some Dranklages. Ooh, flame tears. That sounds helpful. Neat. Hello, Napalm. Hello, Mag. Not Gartic phone. Shaking my head. Hey, we don't have to play it every time we hang out, okay? It's just here, right? Just clearing up our minds after bad whammon insanity. You know how it is. That's just how it be. Hey, Fairy. Big Mitchie, hello. Who's here today? I'm here today. Good afternoon, Smellyheimer. Smellyheimer? How dare you? How's your day going? It's going pretty good. Going pretty good. Just hanging out now. Got a lot done today. I cleaned up my garden, mowed the lawn. The laundries, all that stupid shit you have to do when you live by yourself. I got the action part of my John Wick video done. Well, the notes, I should say. It'd be nice if it would be done. That would be terrific. But next is world building, and that's gonna be amazing, I'm sure. Yeah, and that just flopping about now. Done a War Soulstorm, and I'm gonna get the Ultimate Apocalypse mod for the peak 40k experience. Nice. What crime did Batwoman commit this episode? Actually, Batwoman didn't do a crime this time, but Alistair did a lot of crimes again. Probably the worst one yet. But I don't want to give away too much. Hey, CJ, what's up, dude? What crime did Batwoman commit? Oh, I just read that. No quality options. Well, I'm sorry. Sim for a certain racing movie to the chat. What if I don't want to? Huh? Or I think it was horrible and I was just lying earlier that I liked it. I'm sick of your agenda, frog. And I don't mean Fringy.
Frog.
I should probably look at the screen properly and look where the fucking bullets go. I just dodged into every single one of those bullets while I was talking shit. Instant karma. No, watched Redline earlier. It was pretty neat. It was pretty good. It was a fun watch. Would recommend if you like fun.
Recommendo.
Mubes, Filmento made a god-awful video saying that Age of Ultron is better than Avengers. It's horrifically bad and would make great EFAP coverage.
Oh no.
Maybe we'll check it out someday.
My quests are awfully quiet. I don't know, I don't have any quests open right now.
You have no quests.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that meant guests, but you know, it's funnier that
I
way.
have no quests.
They're still recovering from Batwoman. Give them some time. Hey, Grievin, what's up? Moodle, I heard you touch grass today. How does it feel? It's nice. That's nice. But as I tweeted out, it didn't change my perspective on long form media. So yeah, I think my grass was broken. It was broke. Got the wrong grass. But also, Ryushi already said it was plastic glass he put there, grass, in case I would do such thing.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just protecting you.
It's a whole quest.
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 Remember Genshin Impact? It's finally getting a new country. Oh, that took like a year. Did you not get the anti-bigotry firmware update for your grass? Apparently not, no.
Harris. Harris Quest.
Quest. Ooh. Just curious, if you played the retro shooter called Dusk, and if you have, what are your thoughts? I don't think I played that one, no.
I have played it, and it's phenomenal, and I would highly recommend it to everyone.
Oh wait, hang on. Is that like a roguelite FPS?
No, it's a retro style first-person shooter.
Because now that you mention it, yeah, I don't have it even. But now that you mention it, I think you did recommend that before. Now that
Yes.
you mentioned it as well.
It is very good.
Evening Massives, hey Goger, what's up, dude?
Joger.
Georgia? Le Georgia? Hi Flumbus. Woo. That's a bit risk. That's a lot of poop.
Now that's a lot of poo.
Nah. Georgia. What happened in the episode of Bad Boom you all watched yesterday? Nothing, because we watched it today.
Yes.
Got him.
What happened? We can't say. We don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
I'll do a teaser. I'll do a teaser,
Oh.
right? Alice does the most evil thing that Alice has ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly one of the most evil acts that a human being could ever do.
Neat.
And of course, she's still going to be a sympathetic character.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit, that's a tanky boy. Whole metal. Hey, Vagadon, what's up? Touching grass is overrated for sure. Yeah, didn't do anything. I was the same after. I'm sorry. She said Army of the Dead was good. Throw her in the gulag.
Who said that?
No, that's what Alice said apparently, because she did the worst
Oh,
thing ever. Which one did you watch? Batwoman was episode 8, right? Yeah. Metal, do you think that the Seth Rogen TMNT movie will be good? Guess same question. I don't know. Probably not. Seth Rogen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. Is anyone interested in that one here? Because I certainly not really. I don't. Seth Rogen any good at making movies? I don't even know. Probably not. If I
More
don't.
like Seth who?
Seth who? Got him, dude. Nice. I still need a key. Ooh. Wait, there's a key in the big room. Only if there's no mention of weed. Which is this entire comedic shtick, so no, it won't be good. Not gonna lie, Seth Rogen isn't that funny, he just looks funny. That's enough for some people.
I'm sure he's made me laugh. I think. Maybe.
Yeah, that might have happened. I don't know.
I mean, you tell enough jokes eventually.
Gonna hit a good one at some point, I guess. What we got here? What was this? Blocked tears? No. Ooh. Oh no. Lowered my damage. That's no good. Oh. A very important question. What is your favorite cereal? I very rarely eat cereal these days. I couldn't even tell you when I last did eat some cereal, so I couldn't tell you a current one. What did I like? I don't know. I don't even remember what kind of cereal I ate back in the day. It's legit been
I
like
really like
years.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
So yeah, I would answer that question, but I basically don't eat any cereal, so sorry. Hot take, the Seth Rogen Green Hornet is good. I don't think I've ever seen that movie before.
I've always heard it was meh.
Oh. Isn't Frankie invested in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I don't know. I think he's getting some
Teenage
coffee.
Mutant Ninja
Oh, there he is.
Turtle.
I'm back with my coffee. Not especially. I think they're cool.
Because Seth Rogen is apparently
Right.
making one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me hold on.
Uh-oh. I want to know Seth Rogen will fit a weed smoking scene in the movie.
Yeah, he
Do you think he has the ability to act like a loser pothead?
Hmm.
Do you think he has that kind of range?
Do you put milk or cereal in first? There's only one correct answer. Is there?
Oh
Obviously,
no,
the cereal.
no. So Seth Rogen's producing it. It's being directed by a guy who worked on Gravity Falls. I mean, that could be cool.
It could be.
I probably would prefer it if it was like hardcore leaning into the turtles rather than doing the sort of Transformers thing.
Hmm.
We have all these boring human characters sort of hanging out.
I never seen that
Yeah.
weird new one that they made.
Teenage
remember
Mutant
the-
Ninja Turtles or Transformers?
TMNT.
When you say weird new one,
Yeah,
I just want some
I realized my
Yeah.
mistake there. Oh, I need a damage up item for sure. That random stat thingy fucked me up a bit. I deal a very small amount of damage here. Unless it's fired procs, then I deal like a pretty good amount of damage. Who the fuck pours milk first? That's, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I always did cereal first. I don't recall anyone doing it reverse, to be honest, so I don't know.
Just seemed like an odd thing.
Yeah. CFAP hosts and metal. Yeah, I get it. God, so mean. I'll see what's up, dude.
We are this stream's quests.
Quests. Exactly. Wow, what a useless fucking room I just had. The second CGTMNT movie was fun. Not good, but fun. Wait, there was 2 of them? Damn. I missed out, right? Man, my damage is so good. I only did milk first when I was pouring a second bowl of cereal and I already had the milk from the first bowl. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof. So there's definitely not going to be a speedy run for Hush. I'm just gonna
Hush?
do a normal run. Yeah, not the Batwoman Hush. It's,
Famous Batwoman villain.
I feel like I already used up all my luck yesterday when I was playing offline and did the super good run. So there's gonna be like 26
going wrong.
losses today, and then I'm gonna play like a round offline tomorrow and just beat it in like 12 minutes or something.
Oh, you got a license for that luck.
I don't. That's why I have it so rarely.
Black market luck.
Black market luck's only good for one run. Ooh, petrified poop. I think I'd like more cards. Cards are pretty darn useful. I knew a guy who put so much ranch in his salad that he called it a bowl of ranch with a crunch. I stopped being friends with him.
Ugh.
That sounds gross, dude. Fringy, what are your thoughts on Green Hornet, Green Lantern, and Green Arrow? Anyone else can answer as well.
Don't really have any thoughts on any of those things.
Oh.
Green Lantern was crap. But Green Lantern, the character is cool.
Hmm. I think this might be an XXL floor. Which means we
XXXL floor. I want some of that.
could... Oh.
I want the porn backstory. I want to know context as to why they're just violently fucking.
and a baby running around crying on everything. Just to make it extra weird. So apparently there's a big drama going down with Doomcock in reference to RK's comments during Friday's FNT podcast. Yeah, apparently they
I don't
were
know how
raging.
I don't know how there couldn't be drama.
Yeah, it was a bit yikes from what I heard.
Yeah, definitely a yikes moment.
But apparently they're sorting it out now. They want to do like a face-to-face, I guess. So yeah, I hope it gets sorted out. And I basically, well, I wasn't there, so I could only speak from what I've seen and heard, for what that's worth. And it's not a lot. It's basically, it was kind of a bit of a yikes, and now they're sorting it out, which is good.
I have a thread that I have now worked on enough that I'm going to want you to read through it like on Twitter Metal, like live.
Oh, okay.
It's going to amuse
Red.
you.
Ooh. I'm
Yeah,
excited to hear
because
this
I was
story.
just made aware that someone has found the TFA series again, and they've gotten 12,000 likes on a post of Twitter just calling me insane. So it's like, yay.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet. How could you care about things?
You want me to read it out? Is it like on the Twitter right now?
Give me like another 2 minutes. Almost
Okay.
ready.
Yeah, no worries. Ooh. God, my damage is so shit. Greetings, Massives. Hello. Mauler, when are you gonna
Hi.
stop being a coward and do an unbridled praise of the last action hero? Hi, Rags.
Hi.
Maybe one day.
What the fuck is this? Eyesore. Chance to fire 1 to 2 extra tears in random directions. I never had that, I just want to use it. It's probably not that great, but... Oh, that's a... Oh my god, Isaac, what have they done to you? There's ice everywhere in your face. Oh god. I bet nobody actually watched it. Of course not.
No, of course not. It's like the Jenny Nichols thing. People watch it and then they're like, oh, this isn't at all what I was told this was.
Yeah, weird how that works. Oh, there's not an XXL floor. Sad. No sex XL. 80 sniping in the thread as well. Oh, nifty.
Of course he is.
Give me that damage upgrade. I need it. Oh, this is the slow one though. That's not too bad. Yes, proc the thing more. Nice. Oh shit, we got low HP ups. We better get something good here. Got some damage up. Where is this use? Sacrificial altar. Sacrifice 1 to 2 familiars to spawn an item from the devil room item pool. Oh, interesting. Well, that's very synergy reliant, and I don't have any familiars, so I'm just gonna get the damage up and be happy about it. Alrighty. Isaac went to Bergenworth to get all those eyes. Yeah. At least you know you've got 2k losers on your side. Yeah. Okay, we got our damage back, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Wow, I dodged terribly because I didn't dodge. Ah, yes, Shots Be Down, my favorite. Defending free speech after it was banned in Nigeria. Wait, you all hear about Twitter defending free speech after it was banned in Nigeria for leading the Nigerian president's
fucking
tweets?
hilarious.
Fuck off. That's hilarious, they would do that. Hello, Metal Rex
I guess
Reewalla.
it's,
Thanks for the stream. How was Bad Women? It was epic.
Magic.
Magical, yeah. Where's
on
that,
that
Frankie?
subject,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
on that subject though, I feel like it's that awkward thing, right? Of how exactly should Twitter be treated as a platform? It's hugely important to just social and political stuff, but
I
it's
mean, they have no
also-
problem banning Donald Trump, of course.
Well, yeah, but I guess what I'm getting at is the more broader idea of like it's a platform that has a social utility that's significant, but also it's a private company.
Yeah, we can do
So-
whatever we want, but we're so important for the discourse, you see.
Right, but I'm trying to like actually think about it seriously instead of just mocking them. Like I actually wonder what the right solution is. Like, what should Twitter basically have like incredibly loose terms of service that mean that very few people get banned if it's in the interest of like letting of this idea that it's a big platform where, you know, it's important that everybody gets to exist on it, or should it just be like flat out, we're a private company, we can do whatever we want?
I think it should be the former at this point.
How do you think that would be regulated? Like, what would be?
I'm not sure. I'm not certain. I think that I used to be definitely more in the it's a private company camp, but that was before. I guess that's before the landscape sort of changed in terms of
Yeah, I
discourse.
get
Like
you.
Twitter is so insanely big now, and YouTube is so big, and Facebook is so big that they are the public discourse now. And I do think our laws need to, because like if companies can now get together and just fucking silence people,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that's something they should be able to do.
I guess my wonder is I think one of the issues it runs into is that this is an international it's an American company, but like that doesn't mean anything to most people. It's an international platform, so like it would have to be regulated by the rules of the United States, but like it also kind of has to observe the rules of other countries that it exists in, so it makes it incredibly difficult to figure out what the rules should be.
It's a toughie.
What laws. Yeah.
Like I know what I want my end goal to be. I don't think people need to be banned from Twitter because they have the wrong political opinions.
Yeah.
How do we make that a thing? I don't know
I
the specifics of how to
wonder.
make it happen.
That's what I mean. I'm not sure what the way would be to unless you made it partly a government thing, but I don't like that idea at all.
I don't
personally.
know.
I don't
Yeah.
like the
As it
idea of
is,
the US government.
We're already
being-
stuck in this shitty place that I'm like, I don't know. I think I might have to put up with lesser shit so that I don't know if there's a good solution, but it's very clear that Twitter can't do it itself. I mean, not to overly meme it, but Twitter had its chance.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a thing of there's a difference between what Twitter could do and what Twitter wants to do. Twitter doesn't want to. They want to have full control over their platform. That's like that's what they want. That's the reality of it. And I can get that. You know, if I created Twitter and it got this far out of control, I feel like I'd still want to have control over it completely. But at the same time, it's tough because it's like I imagine that if you run a platform like that, it can be really hard to tell what people. Because, for instance, when Trump got banned, there were people who were like, "That's bullshit," but then there were people who said, "You should have done it sooner. Like you failed for not doing this sooner."
Yeah,
So-
because those people are
so-
fucking weirdos. Yeah.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. At that point, it's like, how are they supposed to figure out what it is that people actually want? It seems like nobody was happy with that situation, or at least not many people were happy. People either wanted it to happen sooner or not happen at all.
Mm.
And it can be hard, I imagine, to actually figure out what it is that people want. And they are a company, so they are principally interested with doing what people want, more so than adhering to any principle that they have. The nature of business.
Man, no
So I'm not
keys
sure.
to
I don't know.
It just It's and it's plus there's the aspect too of Twitter is a corporation, and they can ban the most powerful, influential man in the world who was publicly elected to that role.
Yeah, I can see, like, gets you concerned, doesn't it? Like of the idea of if you had a candidate who was just outright suppressed, and then it's like, oh, you've lost. Then, like, you're not going to be able to win. Because as much as people meme about Twitter having like not being the real world, it is influential.
Yeah.
It is not an inconsequential, nothing platform. It's one of the biggest platforms on the internet. Same goes for like YouTube and Facebook, and all that.
Speaking of Twitter,
Oh no.
my bread is ready, but I'll show you a taster first.
All right.
Oh boy.
Someone wanna... So should I read out? Are you guys gonna read it out?
We probably wouldn't want to put it on screen because this is going to be it's
Oh.
quite long and there's lots of funny things.
All right, hang on. I need to click some buttons for that.
But that's the first one, which I think in isolation is just super funny, especially in relation to what we do.
Hang on, where is the thing? Twitter. Dunzo. Boom, there we go. The modern majesty of film discourse. And The Force Awakens is such a nothing movie in terms of substance, plot, or themes that I seriously don't know how anyone could even talk about it for so much time. Gotta disagree there, man. It has substance and themes, actually quite a bit. Okay.
It doesn't even have themes. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. That's
Alright,
then.
that's this chorus right there.
So if you click that, it'll then go to the top. That's the full thread.
Which one is the full thread?
Oh, is this
If you
Just use
click the
that
latest
map.
link
Oh, okay.
and scroll to the top, and you'll have. Basically, I just went through and just
Oh,
snatched up a whole bunch of the comments just to be like, let's see what everyone's saying.
Okay. They found out about long again. Oh boy. This is the most insane thing I've seen in my life.
Is it deleted?
He's unprotected, I think, or blocked, whatever.
12.4k likes. Jesus Christ.
For
Yeah,
a
they're long
two-
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the black pill where it's like, guys, nothing matters. Like, we're all gonna.
Yeah.
Of
Nothing
course, there's a
actually-
link to our Ginny Nichols thing. Of course.
Let's
This can't
see.
be
I
real.
wonder if this is punching up or down, if it's based on engagement or follow account. Either way, I'm sure that any interest in looking at the discussion here will be proof I'm unhinged. Huh, that's not fair. They haven't said anything like, oh, absolutely deranged. Oh, cool. And the fact that there are like 80 different channels that make the exact same type of content.
I don't think there are.
Either you're unable to comprehend the basics or politically biased. 8 million
You'll probably want
views.
to you probably want to read the screenshot and then my comment.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
like-
that makes sense. 8 million views. There are 8 million people who don't understand basic media comprehension or who are willing to ignore it for political bias. Okay.
I totally feed people's political bias in my videos. That's
all the
what I'm
Oh
time.
all
yeah,
about.
they're so political. Those videos you make without any politics in them, they're so very political.
Let's see. Nah, long media analysis are cool. I'm not saying his takes are good, but there's nothing wrong with the fact that it's long IMO. That's fair enough, I guess. So, I guess 3 of them though. I mean, yeah, why not?
It's just funny. They were like, "It's fine that it's log," and then they're like, "But it's log though."
As soon as I saw this, I knew what I was dealing with. Who was attacking Dark Souls 2? My man talked for 4 hours to nobody.
So this guy's confused. He thinks that I'm defending Dark Souls 2.
Yeah. The in defense part comes from H. Bomber Guy, not me. Poor Fox are accidentally criticizing his choice of title. I'm only responding to it. This person spent more time thinking about TFA than J.J. Abrams did. Well, that's fair. I decided to check how much time Mauler has spent ranting about the Star Wars sequels. How does he have this much time? This much to think about time? I guess that should be time. This much time to think about Star Wars. That's
It's his job.
It's his job. You cabbage. This series
Why
is
do
more about
we-
storytelling
I
in
find it-
How do
general
you
than
have
specifically Star Wars
enough
action.
time to sit in a fucking cubicle for 8 hours working for someone else you've never met or don't know anything about in a job that you fucking hate?
Yeah.
How do you have 40, 50 hours in your week to do that shit?
I wonder. What's happened? Why are we going backwards on this whole thing of what people use their time for? Surely, if people use their time in a way that they feel is productive and makes them happy, that's the most important part. Because remember, it's It's all meaningless.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like we're all gonna die, and then Earth is gonna get swallowed up by the sun, and then the universe is gonna go dark forever. It's all pointless.
No,
Yeah.
there'll be
On a
that
broad
one
scale.
god of time and space that's like, that Moloch guy really did spend a
I
while. on
honestly
TFA."
feel like
Mhm.
people need to think about that. It's like you know, for the amount of time you have on Earth, surely like the good thing would be to maximize the amount of time you spend doing things that you enjoy. And
Nope.
why would we judge people for that? Why? I find that really bizarre.
I'll
Because
judge. I'll judge some people for the things that they spend their time
I
on.
guess so, but
Yeah.
it's like if people are doing something on a pursuit that creates something that is actually creating something new that people enjoy, like that pursuit is not of no value. I don't know, nor is it really worthwhile to judge somebody for the time that they spent doing that. Like I don't get it. I feel like we've gone backwards on this. I feel like we
Yeah.
got a lot better in the last like 10 years, and now it's starting to reverse.
Let's
Yeah.
see. What else have we got? Plenty of topics to cover. So many references throughout the history, making the topics rich with examples. But yeah, there's only so much time you're allowed to speak, regardless. Yeah, I'm still waiting for authority to tell me how long I'm allowed to talk about something. It's always nice. There simply wasn't enough in that movie to critique so exhaustively. I remember almost nothing notable. Yeah, that's your problem. Didn't watch the video, obviously. The edgy
Yeah,
Star
there's
Wars
plenty to talk
YouTube
about.
community is QAnon for Star Wars. Talking about Star Wars on YouTube is tantamount to QAnon. Okay. Jesus Christ. Every time I see videos like this, I can't help but think that their arguments must be incredibly weak. Weak? If they have to spend so much time trying to convince me these movies are bad. That's not how this works.
It's not how this works at all.
If you present your argument and then put reference, that strengthens your argument. It's
That
not
has
bec-
Dunning-Kruger written all over it.
It's a little bit spooky. Like, my
This-
comment on it is like, this generation is doomed. They think that the longer you spend, the worse you must be.
It's insane.
Why? Wait, which?
That's
hold
why.
on,
Yeah, that's why you can if you want to become like a heart surgeon, it's just a weekend course. You go in, you learn what you need to, you get your certification, and boom, you're good. You don't have to spend 4, 5, 6, 7, 8+ years of study and devotion to learning all
don't-
of the intricacies of it. It's fine.
I feel like it should be. How long do they think the people who made these movies spent working on the movie?
And the movie is like what, 2 hours sometimes 3
Yeah.
hours. Who makes a movie that's 3 hours? Why does it take you that long to say
Why
something?
did they make
Jeez.
a 12-hour long? I mean, God, brevity is the soul of wit. Frodo got the ring. He took it to Mount Doom, put it in the volcano. The end. See,
Yeah.
brevity
Yeah.
is
Beat
the
the
soul
fuck
of
up.
wit.
Do we need
Yeah.
9 hours? Like, no.
Do we need to understand everything, or do we need context? No, you could chop some of this out, and we'll get the basic beat. Sure, it's totally devoid of texture and character and theme, but like we got the broad. Come on, chop it. I got things to do, such as telling other people how to spend their time
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Twitter.
I guess this peak brain rot, the idea if you spend longer, the argument must be worse. Yeah, basically what I said. I love long-form content, but going over movies with this much of a fine-toothed comb will just make you hate literally everything. It's not true. There's no praise to TV series nor my channel, or of anything.
Yeah,
if you make
it's,
a
I don't praise anything ever. It's like, yep.
Mm.
All right.
if you make a video about a movie longer than a movie, your opinion should automatically be discarded. What a stupid thing to say. I don't. These guys
Also,
always
the guy
do.
who said brevity is the soul of wit wrote a bunch of long ass plays.
There's a lot of
wasn't
irony behind that quote.
Was that a Oscar Wilde quote or?
I think that's
Hold on.
Shakespeare.
Oh yeah,
me
yeah,
double
Shakespeare.
check.
Not only is
Yeah.
it Shakespeare,
That's
but it's said
Shakespeare,
by
yeah.
it's said by a
From Hamlet.
character who makes a lot of big speech. Like, basically, people are still discussing whether or not Shakespeare was actually trying to make that
I don't
point
think
or
he
not.
was.
Like,
I
zero.
don't imagine that it's complicated.
No.
Yeah, when you make a bunch of 3.5, 4 hour long plays, I don't know if I don't know if
I think
because
it's
it's
just
said by a
it's-
character, so I think it's
As
said by
opposed to
Hamlet, and
Shakespeare.
Hamlet was like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So
I it's complicated, right? Because there is definitely an element of you shouldn't
It
be
can be
saying more
applicable.
than you need to.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and of course, imagine if you're writing an essay, it's like, all right, you have 5,000 words. It's like, well, in this case, you need to be expeditious with the words that you're using. You need to figure out which words, like, you don't want to just say a bunch of wishy-washy bullshit.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between that and being long. Sometimes you just need to be long, but it's not a question of whether it's long or not. It's a question of whether you said anything. I've watched
Look at
videos that are
them.
10 minutes long that have said absolutely nothing.
Our coverage of WandaVision and Falcon the Winter Soldier, if someone was like, why did you spend that long on it? It's like, well, it was as long as we needed to go through the events of the both shows.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred that we left stuff out? And I
Guess
feel
so.
like the answer to that question needs to be no. But if the answer is yes, it's like, oh, well then you're just not that's cool. Like if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. That's just what we do though. And there are people who want to watch that and who want to indulge in that, and they find that it's helpful for their writing
Someone's kicking
adventures.
Jay. Kick Jay.
Right.
Plus.
I guess it's just there's a difference between brevity is the soul of wit. It's like there is truth to that, but like it's not in just telling people to be short.
Yeah,
that's
it means
not
don't
what
be
it
overly
means.
long. Don't be unnecessarily long.
Don't be unnecessarily long is the key part. And of course someone would be like, well, what is necessarily? It's like, well, Mola wants to cover the whole film. Like he just wants to go over it with like a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
That's the objective. How
That was
long
evil,
does that
though.
take?
It's funny. I actually have a good example from today when I was doing notes for the John Wick 2 video. Because I realized at some point, oh, the issues that I'm seeing, they're like basically all the same, just in different scenes. So I'm just not gonna go over them, like every single one of them. Just like, yeah, this is the issue that mostly happens. Here are all the examples I could find. And like, I don't know, probably make like a montage of them where it's like, this is always happening. Like, would be, unless it's like some core differences, there's like no reason to like go to every single example specifically and just say the same thing again and again and again.
I think what this thing depends on like whether we're talking about the words themselves or like the points that you're making, because I don't know that I would ever say like be brief and trying to be all encompassing. Like there's a difference between that and, for instance, if you're writing something and you just keep adding in words and you realize that you could cut down like 20-30% of those words and say exactly the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
At that point it's worthwhile to take that quote and maybe think about it, because there's certain words that can just be redundant. Actually is a good one. More and more often I'm cutting that out of scripts because actually is often unneeded.
Yeah.
The fact that is another example of a word that you rarely ever need to actually. Yeah.
Well, the word that can often, when you relook at a
That
sentence,
can often be
that
cut
is
out.
yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with the moth joke?
No.
Well, this is one of Norm Macdonald's jokes, since we're talking about brevity is the soul of wit, right? So Moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist says, "What seems to be the problem, Moth?" And the Moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin, man? I go to work every day for Gregory Ilinovich, and all day long I work. Honestly, Doc, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I don't even know if Gregory Ilinovich knows either. He only knows that he has power over me, and that power over me seems to bring him happiness. But I don't know. I wake up in a malaise, and I walk here and there, and at night, sometimes I wake up and I turn to some old lady in my bed that's on my arm, a lady that I once loved, Doc. I don't know where to turn to. My youngest, Alexandria, she fell in the cold of last year. The cold took her down, as it did many of us. And my other boy, and this is the hardest pill to swallow, Doc. My other boy, Grigaro Ivina Liditavich, I no longer love him. As much as it pains me to say, when I look in his eyes, all I see is the same cowardice that I catch when I take a glimpse of my own face in the mirror. If only I wasn't such a coward, Doc, then perhaps maybe I could bring myself to reach over to that cocked and loaded gun that lays on the bedside behind me and end this hellish facade once and for all. Doc, sometimes I feel like I'm a spider, even though I'm a moth. just barely hanging onto my web with an everlasting fire underneath me. I'm not feeling good, Doc. Oh. And so the doctor says, Moth, man, you are troubled, but you need to be seeing a psychiatrist. Why did you come to a podiatrist's office? And the Moth says, well, because the light was on.
Nailed it.
That's a Norm Macdonald joke, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is one of my
think-
favorite jokes ever. And if
really
brevity
good.
was the soul of wit, we would have never gotten that
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah. I feel like that's the problem with these rules. I remember one of Norm Macdonald's common sayings is sometimes there isn't a point. It's like, that's really funny. Just sometimes there is no point to the joke. It's just,
Yeah, he's
know.
he's not anti-humor, but he's adjacent to it.
he is adjacent
He has
to
this-
anti-humor.
He has this deadpan, almost. Yeah, it's weird
It's
what his
deadpan.
humor is.
Deadpan,
It's not anti-humor, and it's not quite anti-joke. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it, but you know it when you hear it.
It's
I'm sure there's a
really-
name
it's-
for it.
But I guess that's the thing is these rules that often get espoused, the rules can be broken. I mean, even the rule of 3 for comedy can be broken and work. These are just sort of guides. And
Yeah,
it's always worthwhile to think about the guide that you've got and think about what goal, like what is your goal with whatever you're trying to create. So, for instance, brevity is the soul of wit. It's like, but what's my goal? My goal is to do an all-encompassing review of a movie. Well, that's going to take a while.
Yeah.
just
I
say
don't
it's
know what to
bad.
tell you.
And move on with your life, even if this is your job.
And I guess they'd say like, oh, well, it's a job that provides no value. It's like, well, people like it, so it does provide value.
Well,
Like,
it's
Mhm.
super dismissive, is what it is. I don't
Yes.
have any personal interest in hearing someone talk about a Star Wars movie for this
therefore
long.
nobody should.
It must be worthless and devoid of value, and the person who made it is sad.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
though you can see all the people who watched it on the number.
Well, they're all crazy too. Isn't it like just next level though that it is a piece of artwork and people enjoy it as they wish, and I created it in the way that I wanted, and yet, like these are the crowd that do the whole like it has to be the way I want it to be, and you're sad if you enjoy this.
Mm.
It's just like,
What about
man, you
all- I
guys
mean-
have forgotten all your principles.
Well, yeah, because if it's something that I have an interest in, I like, well, then it's okay. It's okay for I can go to a play and for 4 hours watch Hamlet and his nonsense, but and that's fine. That's totally cool. But if you talk for the equal amount of time about a movie and a review that breaks it down, well, that's pathetic.
Pathetic.
And that's sad, and there's nothing creative or interesting about that.
I think we just haven't reached the point yet where people can accept that YouTube content is like legitimate. There are people who still consider it to be almost illegitimate compared to other more established media. And you know, it happened with video games, and it happened with TV shows, and it happened with movies, and it happened
Or
with
Roger and Ebert, like
Yeah.
they do the
Yeah,
thing that
Roger and
we
Ebert.
do, just worse, but they're higher versions of it because they got in early and they got in and they got in to be in the TV and they got to write
and that means
articles in
they're
the
legitimate. They were on
newspaper.
TV, and they
Oh
were
yeah,
rented.
which means they're
So that's
legit.
more
And you're just some
legitimate, even
idiot
though-
on
yeah.
YouTube, and anyone could be on YouTube, which means that you have no value being there.
Yeah, because as we know, not everybody can be on TV. There are a lot of talented people who didn't get to go on TV.
Yeah,
Oh man, I wish I could take the other one, but I have to watch.
Is there more of that thread, or
because a lot of the times,
Yeah, I
there's,
was just
like I was
letting
watching the
conversation go.
I was
Right.
watching the Defunct Land for Dragon Tales, the old kid show, and
Fuck.
sometimes if you have an idea for a show and you pitch it, it could literally be the producer or whatever just likes the idea and boom, you're good. Or maybe you didn't sell it the right way, or maybe you used the wrong phrase to describe it and that changes his mood. And boom, your show doesn't become nationally syndicated and you don't become an icon in culture,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. But that's what it takes to really make it. Not being able to make what you want and put it out however you'd like.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see any harm coming from the democratization of basically media in general. Even though there's a lot of bad content, but there was always a lot of bad content, so nothing's really changed. There's just more of it now.
All right, but wait, there's more.
Oh, boy.
no.
These guys always do this shit. When H. Bomberger said that Dark Souls 2 was good, actually, I found an over 9-hour total series of videos from a guy basically just saying, "Nuh-uh, these dudes are insufferable."
That's all I said.
Yeah.
That's all you said was not. Yeah, that's the thing. It's when they do it, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's insightful. It's deep critique. It's an art form. When we do it, it's a waste of time and it's sad and it's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's like why would you shit on the people who give you free entertainment?
Well,
Like, do you know how
consider it, like,
long it takes for
fucking
people to do
sinful.
this?
They don't.
They don't.
And they
consider it
don't care.
entertainment, and they would prefer it doesn't exist. That's probably why they're doing this.
Most people still think it's like super easy to do YouTube and all that stuff. It's just like, oh, we're just gonna shit out a video here and there, this and that. It's like, it's easy. No
Maybe
problem.
they're just used to watching videos that are just crapped out without any effort or real anything behind them. Maybe that's just what the content is that they watch. So they just assume when they watch YouTuber 4962B, who just makes a video every day and it's 10 minutes of him staring at a webcam and it's just super duper low effort. Not that I'm not insulting it. I'm just saying what it is. Then maybe they just get the idea that that's what YouTube is. That like people don't understand how long it takes to just visually edit things.
Yeah.
To make sure things get, I gotta have it go over here and then up and down here, and it's gotta spin at this point, and it's gotta fade in and out at this point, and people don't like that stuff. It takes a long time. It's not difficult, but it takes a long time to do. A lot of the time, it can get quite tedious.
Yeah, especially when you want like fitting references, fitting visual.
Dude, fucking
Visuals.
Dalmatians EFAP movies. It's taking ages, but
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Not often fun
So-
to do.
All right, what else do we got here? Edgy Star Wars YouTube has seriously radicalized so many right-wingers, dude. It's wild. What? Why? Why would you even say that?
We commented on this like fucking million years ago, but when they sequester logic to the right wing, it's like, guys, what are you
Interesting.
doing?
You don't
Why are
want
you doing that?
What?
You
Yeah.
want to do that?
An odd cell phone, but all right.
Fucking hell. Query. What the hell are these millions of viewers doing with their lives? Oh, sorry, they enjoy something after they work or while they have vacation. Or here's a wild fucking concept. You can fucking pause a video and watch it whenever you have time to do so.
What?
Absolute galaxy brains. Are we dunking on Mauler? Please say we're dunking on Mauler because that guy is just really, really bad at this stuff. Why?
Why would you want a reason? What?
Yeah, just give me an example.
You nuts?
I get that you guys are desperate, but you aren't supposed to make it obvious. I've had multiple people
Desperate.
make hour-plus angry responses to my 12-minute video about Invincible. Well, maybe it was bad.
Yeah,
maybe
like
it was
do
a really
these
bad
people
video.
I
not
don't know.
realize that if someone if they tell a lie or if they get something wrong, it takes 10 seconds to say the wrong thing. It can take a minute, multiple minutes to explain why that is wrong.
Well, here's an example. If someone just said like, "War is bad," it's that simple. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I feel like there's a lot to unload with that.
He wants to be Joseph Anderson so bad, dude. No.
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 No, we don't want to. We want to aim a little higher than that.
You'll be successful on YouTube if you have whales like me taking care of you. What's up, James? Oh, man. Have you listened to any of them at all? Like, not watch the full video, just listen to what he said for a bit. Finally a reasonable tweet. I feel like that's some great criticism in the thread. I've learned so much. See you next week when you only look at the thumbnail again, because Twitter is a cancerous site rewarding reductive snark instead of discussion.
Yeah.
Well,
We were talking about the Jenny Nichols thing, where every once in a while someone finds it on Twitter and posts it, and everyone goes, "Oh, I can't believe it. They hate women." Blah blah blah. And then the people who actually watch it end up becoming part of our audience because it's actually a really great stream. It's fun, and we talk about a lot of insightful things. and we
Borg.
don't even,
Well,
yeah.
As we commented before, it's the one fucking EFAP where Wolf has watched most of Buffy, if not all of it, and he and I talk about it for the first like 20 minutes. So to open the misogynistic stream praising a show that's like known to be one of the most feminist iconic shows ever, it's a bit awkward.
it's supposed to be a 6-part, but it's taken forever.
thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's not even.
Well,
worth
that one I put
commenting.
at the end just because I
Yeah.
just find it funny. It amongst all this criticism, this one guy like, yeah, he was supposed to release 6, they're not even out yet. It's like he actually wants more.
That's like the worst example of Twitter. Like, oh, look at this person made this really long thing, which I cannot grasp with my small fucking brain. This
Twitter
is insane to
encourages
me.
people
I
to just not think.
Yeah, I just can't grasp that people actually watch that, and that's why I fucking go ahead and dunk on the viewers that apparently like this and watch it and support it. It's like, oh, those people are insane. They have no lives. Like, fuck you, man. Just go fuck yourself. Just fuck off. Like, just don't even bother me with your commentary. Like, seriously. It's not my fault you can't grasp that people like different things. Oh, wait, you actually do grasp that when someone says something is bad that you like, because then you say, oh, people like different things, get over it. It's like, yeah, obviously you don't get over this shit, so go fuck yourself. There's my commentary on that. Oh, these stupid fucking energy flies. Now I can't re-roll the item. Fuck these guys.
And it says a lot about them that the idea of being able to speak about something at length to them is unimaginable. It speaks a lot to their creativity and their ability to, I suppose, express thought on a subject or to be insightful. How could you possibly talk about a Star Wars movie for 5 hours? It's like, well, there's a lot to say. I have a
Yeah.
lot to say about it. I think there's a lot of things that you could draw from it, and you don't even know exactly what I'm talking about. So just because you can't imagine it, well,
Why are they?
Hey, what's up, Wooter?
Just, I don't know.
It's funny because they make these tweets and then that blows up and it's like, oh shit, I didn't expect that to happen. And then they lock.
Oh, here's my my SoundCloud, guys.
Oh, that's always so cringy.
I was more going for, oh no, I'm gonna lock my account because I didn't actually expect any
Because I
backlash.
didn't expect that anybody would argue with me. It's not like Twitter's a public platform or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just accepted that that I would say that somebody is insane, and then expected that they wouldn't find that a little bit offensive and just ignore it.
I thought Twitter was an echo chamber by design. This is strange. This isn't how it's supposed to be.
This is the one thing I didn't want to happen. Yeah. So I'm working on a systematic review, and my professor has told me multiple times I cannot discuss a study if I only read the abstract or a secondary source because that will make us look really fucking bad to the science community. Actually consuming material is very important. Yeah? They probably just want to have an opinion, but the video is too long for them to watch and they find that unfair and intimidating. Yeah.
Guess they don't have to watch it all at one sitting.
Yeah. Well, does not agree that Garfield: A Tale of Two Cities is the greatest movie of all time, so his critiques are poor and Irish. Irish. I can imagine it, but why would want to talk about Star Wars for 5 hours is bad. Got better things to do. I know, right, Wooter? Let's watch 4 hours of wrestling. That's way better.
Gay.
That's what we did last week. Hi, Rex. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Well, I think when you can get your opinions on a website, it gives you 280 characters to write. Yeah, to voice your opinion. Frinky, can you please say, the N-word has been said, and it cannot be unsaid. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
The N-word has been said and it cannot be unsaid. No, 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 no. ... No, 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 no.
You guys gotta listen to this. Mel, you should play
Yeah.
it for the stream.
Wait,
It's only like you would have a problem with copyright. But it's funny as fuck.
hang on.
Read the tweet and then listen to the clip.
Hang on. I need to...
Is the first time.
Yeah.
No,
it's Frankenbiting.
don't talk yet. I haven't read it, really. Do we need the video as well?
You don't necessarily
That is
need it, but I mean, it'll give
bizarre.
people context.
Okay, let's see. Click. I can't stop listening to this clip of Owen Wilson talking about Loki. That sounds like every word has been taken from a different sentence. Oh shit, okay. I'm ready.
this is the first time for me in the Marvel Universe. And this
Yeah, that is some hardcore Frankenbody right there.
That's great. You couldn't have said that once. It's like 5 words.
I need to listen to this again.
Well, the problem is it
This is
could
the
be that
first
he simply
time
just
for
took some time
me
between each
in
word
the Marvel
when he was speaking
Universe.
normally. He's like, this is the first time for me, you know?
For me in the Marvel Universe.
The person who tweeted this out, they linked their, I guess their site, and I was like, you picked a terrible picture for your promotional image.
Sweating.
By the way, her glasses look like Edith. Like,
They
same
look
design.
very Edith. Yeah.
But yeah, this shit, they would, if anyone called it out for being super cringe, adding your promotional stuff on.
Oh, I'm fine with this. I guess my criticism is it's not very deep. He just picked a horrible picture for her promotional image.
Is there no shop on this floor? Oh, it's up there.
I mean, I'm not sure what my issue is, but I still kind of take one with it because it's weird. It's like, I want you to support my content that doesn't relate to the thing that you just liked.
Yeah.
And it's just come, and like, of course, I think it kind of strips away the element of like, this was funny and fun to
Into an advertisement kind of thing.
Yeah, and I just think that it kind of has that effect. But what I was saying was that if someone was to make that criticism, I could see them, because I've seen them do it before, but they're like, you know, well, you gotta hustle, it's capitalism, right? It's just like, why does everyone always do that? Capitalism forced me to do it.
Oh, shit. Getting unlucky with those flame progs. Come on. Oh, yes. Come on. Oh. Nice. Oh, right, I unlocked the negative. Could do this for one. See if we can...
Wow. This is apparently related to that thread, by the way. SK just linked it on Twitter. Not sure if it's worth reading out or not, but fucking hell.
Straight up left the internet due to I've got a severe mental breakdown. Hopefully touched grass. Fuck off. I like how I memed about this today.
Why is it so devoid of empathy? So devoid of empathy.
Yeah.
Because they're not on our side.
Well, yeah, because they would be the same people to call us the fuck out if we said someone looked fat.
Yeah.
These people have absolutely no principles whatsoever. They definitely don't follow their own.
Oh, he fucking sniped me after he died. Big sad. Or did he die? I actually am not sure. Anyway. On a positive note, I've gotten back to Dark Souls 1. It's still pretty fun. I beat 3 of the 4 lords and Notorious in a day, and I'm gonna go kill Manus. Nice. Good stuff.
Well, look at the
3 of the
size
4
of the
lords, so
wangus
you
on
beat
you.
Lady
Yeah.
Dimitrescu and Moreau and
Heisenberg.
Beneviento.
Jawbreaker. Chance to shoot tooth tears? Okay. Rip into the pepperinos? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just another great example of Twitter today. It's always great. Gosh, Rex, I'm talking about RE4 so much.
Yeah, well.
I get the room with those guys so much. So often. Moodle, why are you wearing blackface? Oh shit, that wasn't meant to be on screen. Fuck.
Goodness gracious.
I like the idea that they were like, who's even attacking Dark Souls 2? My man's talking to nobody. It's like, well, I'm the one who's...
Yeah, it's always fascinating to see. Have you guys watched Brazai or the Day Today? Brazai is where this is one thing we didn't want to happen came from. I think I only seen the clip. I think Jade linked it to me before. It was like funny. I don't think I watched like the didn't watch the actual thing. You all ready for Mao to destroy Loki? Who fucking cares anymore?
Yeah.
To be.
Kind of settled into that apathetic sort of.
It's more the thing. I'm gonna be.
had its chance.
I'm just gonna be surprised if there's something good. No, I'm not gonna be surprised anymore when something is bad. It's just not worth it anymore. It's like, oh, maybe this is gonna be good. It's like, nah, it's probably gonna be shit. Really Kevin Feige said, oh, Loki is gonna have much more impact on everything Marvel has ever done. It's like, oh, great. Can't wait for you to ruin everything in hindsight. Or after the fact, or whatever. Words are not my strong point. Repeating my prior comment, I imagine what those people have to say about those long 100+ pages doctorate papers for hard sciences. Probably just idiot right-wingers trying to prove falsehoods. Yeah, those stupid fact grabbers. Fruitcake gives you a different tier effect with every tier that you fire. Let's do it. It's a fun little tism. So we can get a key back. I mean, of course we don't. We got a health back. That's something. Oh, stupid fucking poop bosses. I just hate them more and more of everyone. Run. Especially the ones that spawn smaller poops. Oh, fucking hell. No. Whoa, what is happening? There. Is it normal to get so many health up items with Isaac? I feel like I get like almost one on every floor. Have any of you guys played Metro Exodus? Because I'm loving it so far. I did play all the Metro
Not
games. I played on stream actually, because I got it on the Game Pass, because it released on Epic and Game Pass, and that's actually when I got Game Pass, when I knew this is going to be on it. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. It's been a bit too long to make some more definitive comments about it, but I remember it being pretty good.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
I meant that to be very critical of you.
Well, screw you.
Fine.
I think even if Mola did airtight 10 minutes, they'd still attack him. They heard in their circle he's bad and just believe that idiots can't separate art from the artist. Yeah, that's like the whole echo chamber thingy in those Twitter chambers. It's quite annoying.
Can anybody in chat help me out with this? So, like, I'm not wrong about this, right? In a lot of games that have, like, battle passes and stuff, once the time is gone, like, expires, that's it. You can't get those skins anymore. They're just locked off from you.
That depends on the battle pass, I think. Like, some just give you...
Yeah, and the
Call of
Apex
Duty,
one, that's
right,
how it
okay.
works.
So in Apex, if you miss out, it's over. You just don't get... That skin is forever locked away from you.
Yeah, the stuff in that battle pass are only for that battle pass.
Right, and it's the same with, like, Call of Duty, right? Where,
Yeah.
like, if you don't get the skins for Warzone, you miss out.
I guess. I don't know anything about Warzone. The thing with Apex is that it's like 900. It's basically $10 to buy the battle pass, and by completing the battle pass, you get that much premium currency that you can use to buy the next battle pass, which is what I've been doing for the last
Right.
like 8 seasons. So I've only bought one battle pass, and it just pays for the next one because I do that.
So the reason why is because I'm just refining the script and I wanted to explain it a little bit more clearly. Because like all I've arrived at is, oh, this is just a sunk cost fallacy that's worth billions of dollars. Then, like if you're a player who bought a battle pass and you spent like hundreds of hours unlocking all of the content, but then like the next month there's going to be a bunch of new skins that will be the cool kids on the block, and you want to be part of the cool kids. You're like, well, I've already spent hundreds of hours playing this game. Like, what's the harm in spending another $10 and playing hundreds more? That's just how they keep you locked in, because you feel pressure to keep going. It's just a giant sunk cost fallacy. Fear of missing out. Yeah, it's fear of missing out combined with the sunk cost fallacy.
Most passes, that's how it works, and you have to wait for it to rotate through again. Oh, okay. You get a grand total of 1 new outfit. Nice. With Smite, I think you can still get the skins, but they're much harder to get, and they're basically random from the odd chest event. Ah, okay. What do you use to show everyone's Discord icons on stream? Discord overlay? This is just, it's the shit, what's it called? The window grab, essentially.
OBS.
In OBS. Hang on. Where's the Discord thingy? It's a window capture. I capture Discord with it, and then you just do the chroma key from the backgrounds. So the dark grayish one behind, you put as a chroma key, so it becomes invisible on screen, and then you just trim it down to only up there, and that's about it. Vibrant Bulb, by holding a fully charged active item, plus 0.5 damage. Ooh, well, it's gonna be more often than not, actually. Spider Baby. Do you want the Spider Baby?
Spider babies.
Familiar bird inside your head, firing for slowing tears upon taking damage, can exit the head. Sure. Oh, that's just extra tears. Ooh, that's neat. Extra tears. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what the hell a chroma key is, but I'll figure it out at some point. Yeah, if you do the window capture, just do a right click on the window capture in OBS, and then you can do filters, and then it should be there somewhere in the drop down menu. It even has like a little finding tool implemented in OBS by now, so you can just hover over the thing you want invisible, or which color you want invisible, and it puts in the key for you. It's pretty neat. Nachos? That sounds good. We'll get slapped, bitch. Okay, what we got here? The Ouija board? Ouija board? It's not Ouija board.
Ouija board, yeah.
It's the
Luigi board.
Ouija board is like the weirdest fucking word. Like when I first saw it, it's like, oh, how do you pronounce that? And so it was like, Ouija board. It's like, that's not true. You're lying to me.
And they win.
Yeah. Fierce enemies. Each time you take damage, it will apply a fear effect to all enemies and spawn from the outbreak. I'll take the spectral tears. Ooh, yeah, board. The artwork in this game is amazing. Oh yeah, mine is Isaac is fantastic. I love that game. Fringy, did you take notes on how to put the icons on stream? He just needs to scroll up in our messages, and then he has it all right there.
Yeah, I'll have them. That's right. I'll figure it out eventually.
Oh Jesus! They got the suck.
Do not invoke the name of Jesus.
Jesus Florms. Ouija used to be a board game like Monopoly used to be. Connect with your subconscious, not the dead. I have no idea what the history of the Ouija board is. Ooga booga board. No, that's
A
racism.
board game to connect to the subconscious. Neat.
Connect to your subconscious.
Using these 3 simple rules.
Metal, try and say. What's the Oh, au revoir? Au revoir?
Au revoir.
Au revoir? Yeah.
And
Au
hors
revoir.
d'oeuvres.
I don't know
Pretty
if it's even
dry.
easy for you to show this on stream, Mel, but I want you guys to see it anyway. So
Mhm.
you know, maybe we'll just pretend like you didn't see anything. But Fringy Rags and Mel, you guys will remember this. I think I've just edited part of this part.
Once I'm done with this, I can take a look at that. I'm very excited.
Oh shit. Hang on, I'll. Come on. You dingus. Let's see. I could just download it and then show it somehow, probably. Wait, can I?
Yeah, probably.
Actually, open link. Oh, it just does the download. Okay. Oh, you know, I can just do display capture. Display capture. Why aren't you in the foreground? Oh, that's why. There you go.
This is way better than yours, Mom.
I prefer dad's.
Oh no!
I prefer dads. Play it again. You had your chance. Did you ever have the tier that slaps enemies back?
Yeah, I think so.
I like the sound makes. Like, psh. Oh yes, Sci-Fly. That is an insanely good item. That's only the second time I've got it.
Oh yeah, I got the Sci-Fly once. I was super impressed with that thing.
That thing annihilates everything that gets shot at you, pretty much. Look at this. This is insane. The fuck, Quartering just released a video with Loki is gender fluid in the title, and the worst part is I can't tell if it's just clickbait or not. Oh no.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't he be? If he can change who he is.
I mean, yeah, I guess makes sense in that part.
Well, it's only illusions, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. Is it illusions or is it more than that?
I suppose we never get the answer on that.
I
specifically, but I think
I
it's
guess
just
it depends
illusions.
I would guess the thing is Marvel's probably just making like a big deal about it again.
Well, from what the
this
Friday Night
specific
Tights people said, there's a female Loki is happening, which I didn't even know about.
That doesn't surprise me.
Hmm.
Apparently, there've been stuff on set that indicated
Can't wait to
that.
see all these amazing, incredible female
Well,
characters.
there'll be like alternate universe stuff, I guess, right?
They're just gonna do the thing where they make them all female. It's gonna be really contrived, and then they'll be like, "Why don't you love them as much as the men versions? Are you misogynist?"
It's just like, no. Oh.
I like Black Widow. I liked Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Valkyrie's alright.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Apparently, it has
It's an
gender
army of
colon
flies.
fluid. So they're not saying that he is gender fluid. They're saying that his gender is fluid. Because it just depends.
Maybe that's like a magical potion, and he drinks the gender fluid.
It's like delicious.
The gender fluid, yeah. Sif is better than Valkyrie. I don't even feel like she's a character. I don't remember anything about her. She was just generic good guy lady.
Just what a
kinda got-
misogynist
got a
would
little-
say.
She got depressed about her failure and died with all of her Valkyries died, and then she was like shitty on Sakaar, and then she did what was
Comes
right when the
around.
time came.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, we're talking about Sif, was it?
Yeah, well, just said Sif was better.
I mean,
Valkyrie.
maybe. Well, I can't remember Thor 2, so
Yeah.
I know she was in that. And
Well,
Thor
she's
1,
gonna be
I
in
guess,
this one. She's gonna be in Love and Thunder.
Yeah, because they killed all the other ones. That was a
They
really
killed
weird
all the
move
other
by
ones, but,
Taika.
Oh, nice. Devil
Yeah.
for free. Fault PhD.
I'm pretty sure they would have killed her
They would've
if
killed
she'd
her
like
too as
been
well.
on board, but yeah.
So lockdown gives me a black heart. That's alright.
Arax, you see the clip yet?
Not
Has
yet.
just come. Oh no. Yes, we're all misogynists. You figured it out, Disney. I guess you better start making movies with women being put back in the kitchen if you want to make money. Oh no. They don't get that being a shapeshifter doesn't make someone gender fluid. Also, that gender fluid doesn't exist. Sassy Disney lady
why would it-
Craig done
wha-
number. No, sorry.
Wait,
Go ahead.
sorry, what was that? What'd they say? I
Uh,
don't get that being a shapeshifter doesn't make someone gender fluid. Well, what is their base? What is the default? And is that a meaningful distinction if they can change what they look like and who they are? Like, you could say Mystique's a woman, but what does that mean if she can be whoever she wants? Like, in practice sense.
I wouldn't pretend to have a clue.
Well, what I would say is be cautious what you commit to there, because whatever answer you commit to might inform other things that you might not actually agree with if you think about it.
Oh, there's the tweet apparently. Hang on. Let me take a look-see. So it's gonna put this in here.
I don't see what the problem is.
That makes sense because he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they can't actually confirm
Yeah.
Mhm.
anything.
Hasn't there been like stories of shapeshifters and stuff who just forget what their original form is?
That makes sense, yeah. You probably would.
What does that say under name?
Um,
The thing that designates God of Mischief, like is that title? or
Loki, Lawface.
I think it's
because
something?
AL.
No, not that part.
I think it's AL names, alternative names.
Oh, okay.
I think.
aliases.
It would be
God of
Loki.
Mischief.
Oh,
Odinson,
aliases.
right?
Yeah, aliases makes much
Aliases,
more sense.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This sound again.
Oh, could you please be good, show. Please. Please.
Dude, I'm not even like if the first episode is good, I'm still worried.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, well, yeah. I think one of the people who wrote Rick and Morty, and same for, I think one of the writers on She-Hulk wrote for Rick and Morty. I think she wrote Pickle Rick.
See where it's
That was
from.
one she wrote. So she is Emmy Award winning. Hopefully that's something.
Emmy award winning for writing. I don't know.
Why did my head
Yeah.
fall off? Oh, that's my... Oh, that was the fly. Okay, gotcha. Ooh. Weight is 525. 525 what? I don't know. I mean, Mystique can only change her outward appearance and not her actual sex, to my knowledge. Loki, though, can actually change that.
If
Mystique-
Mystique can change herself to a man with a penis, I don't see how that isn't like it depends. It depends on how you define gender at that point, and that's a whole big old rabbit hole to fall down.
There's another common same. Mystique is a woman that can turn to other people. She can't transform into a male version of herself, from my understanding. Loki as well. I don't know.
What does that mean, though? I this is what I mean. I don't see that it's a distinction with a difference here. Again, any definition, it's like, well, we need to talk about that probably, like whichever one you agree upon. And as people are mentioning, with Loki, transformed into a horse in like Norse mythology and was impregnated. Like if that doesn't, like if he's, I don't know, like at that point.
Yeah, Fredo just wrote that as well. The mythos Loki did once turn into a mare, seduced a magical horse, and had a little magical horse son.
Aw.
Yeah, that's true. So Loki is technically a mother.
What a
Stunning
nerd.
and brave.
I feel like Loki is surely like the clearest example of fluid gender, if there ever was one.
Wow, someone responded to my tweet defending you with, doesn't he just edit his videos with only video game footage and occasional movie clips?
What?
Oh, nice and easy then.
Hey,
So, like, you didn't
step out
shoot
of a
real
time
life
machine
camera
from
footage?
2017.
Well, so the funny thing is with that, like, for one, it's okay if I just had game footage depending on my points. But secondly, no, I have relevant visuals for every fucking second. It's actually annoying.
Yeah, that shit takes time.
YMS puts more effort into editing at least. Like, fuck off.
No,
YMS is, like,
I
in
don't.
his best videos, of course, we're probably, like, on par and
This
everything,
will
but
give me a permanent boost.
I seriously put a lot of effort into editing.
Oh yeah.
People don't get it until they have to do it. You're like, here's what you have to do. You have to find all of these reaction images to all of these different things, every point, second by second. Also, the video's 4 hours long. Have fun.
Yep. Prepare for a whole bunch of threads about how you're a worthless piece of shit afterwards, too. Like, yeah.
You spent 4 minutes looking for a clip for a 2-second statement.
Can be quite tedious. Loki's going to be bad. They stop him with the space stone. Then they blame him for messing up the timeline. Then send him all over time. Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see. Also, I fucking hate Curse of the Lost. I have no fucking idea where I already was. Well, I was there. See here, this is the shop. This is a dead end, so we need to go back. I think I came from up there. Maybe. Nope. Actually, we have some spare keys. Let's check out this room. We got an extra key. We got some flies, and let's check this one out. Strength, not a bad card. I think that's all I'm gonna check out. Your false PhD, you will not get any good pills from them. Oh yeah, true. I know that I can probably sacrifice another luck stat to get like a black heart or something. Or dark heart or
I'll do it.
shadow heart or whatever. Evil heart. Can you die, please? You have a lot of HP, my boy. There you go. After the Flying Simp and Winter Doormat, I really haven't much of no faith in all these MCU shows. Some of my favorite characters in the comics. What if you? For people who don't get how much work editing is, as I didn't watch Internet Historian's Concordia Q&A. Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I think I saw it, and for some reason I didn't watch it at the time. What if Rax was gay? That would be gay.
That would be pretty gay.
Yeah.
Probably why I would never do it.
I like how I just got. I bombed myself while I was looking at chat. It was pretty impressive, I think. I think it
Nobody saw it. Fine.
did a good job bombing myself. It's pretty bang on bombing of myself. Dude, this sci-fly is just going at it. Alright, well, let's throw all these rocks around. Repeats of thing you can see. Oh, it's from the shape-shifting one. Are you reading chat yourself? I'll just read out who.
Hold on. We
Uh,
can talk about it.
oh, okay.
Are you a different person if you change your outward appearance? What about hormones? What about brain chemistry? What about personality? I don't think you can just say, oh, they're gender fluid because you can change your appearance to become black, change your skin color to a black shade. I'm curious
Yes.
where your line is. This is a Mystique. So the problem is that this is like a magic science fiction world and we don't understand what exactly is going on inside of them. But also, all of this depends on how you define these things. It can be really complicated. I don't see that there's any problem with just saying, "Oh, he's gender is fluid" because he can change.
Because
who
it
he
changes
is.
whenever, yeah.
There's
What would
no
you
problem
What would
here.
you put on that sheet?
Would you just put male? You don't know that he's a guy. You don't, or at least
Like, I
it may
think
not
we
even be a
know, we
meaningful-
would know with out of universe knowledge, but I suppose
Yeah.
with them, they might not know. Like, sure, he was born a certain way, and that's his base form, but he can change whenever. So, like,
Mhm.
I would
So
see
who
why
is
you
he?
would say,
Yeah.
oh, his base is male, but I don't know if he has to stay in that or if he
Of
could
course,
change
if
whenever.
The whole point of the dossier is to keep track of who he is. If you just put male, that's probably going to make it hard for you to actually truly understand who or what he could be or where he is.
There'd probably be notes for, you know, how this is his base form. However, he
Yeah,
can
like the
da- da-
picture,
da.
but he can be whoever. I don't see any problem here. I feel like it's a distinction without a difference, whatever line you draw. Yeah, I don't see what the problem is.
But yeah, I don't think he's gender fluid. It's just them being like, yeah, he can actually change.
His gender is fluid.
He
'cause
can't
can
just
change
fucking
it.
make up a gender tomorrow and put that on his Twitter profile and everyone calls him brave.
Only for Mystique. Again, it's science fiction, so we don't actually know what's going on. And what difference does it make if, from all you can tell, she looks like who you would expect a guy to be?
Piss off, Ghost.
Piss off, Ghost.
Yeah, I like that joke. And again, you don't quite know who Mystique actually is or what she really looks like. Like, this is, again, out of universe versus in-universe knowledge. We know that she's blue. Like, that's what her, default is, but there's no reason to know that for sure in that universe.
Oops.
And yeah, government document for tracking Loki. It's not his Twitter bio. Yeah.
Lame. That's a lot of spikes. There you go. Health. Neat. Oh, jeez. Brimstone's bad, okay? Oh, you just shot. No. Sci-Fi can't do anything but Brimstone, unfortunately.
And as somebody's mentioned in chat, it seems like Mystique can actually change on a genetic level. And if she can change on a genetic level, then whatever like at that point, I got nothing. It's like, yeah, her gender is fluid.
Yeet.
All right, let's check out this video. Oh, no.
I prefer dads.
Oh no.
The darkest joke of the video.
I'll see if we can get lucky and just get some explosive tears, so we don't have to use any bombs. There was one. We need a second one. Legit question, I thought sex and gender were different. The wording keeps confusing me.
It seems like that's where the distinction is drawn. That, like, sex is, like, strictly biological or something, and then gender is more complicated. It's, like, social stuff. That's my understanding, anyway.
Alright. Can you give me another explosive tier, please? I really don't want to waste my bombs.
I think that's all that's happened, is that they used to just be used interchangeably, I think, and now there is a distinction.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, fine. I give up. Used a bomb. Could you blow up this carpet and something? Yeah, could skip this floor. I don't want to do that though. I do not want to do that, no. Bootle, hello JD, how you doing? How you doing today? Doing alright, just chilling out. I hope the adventure is going well. Yeah, this run is actually pretty solid so far. Can't wait to fuck it up with some stupid shit. Because as established by now, the wins are not allowed on stream. Those are reserved for offline game playthroughs only.
Those are for me. Those are my wins. They're not for you.
Yeah.
We have to. It's called conservation of joy. If there's 110 or whatever people watching, and I win, we have to spread that joy equally into 110 equal pieces. But if I win alone, it's all mine.
Yeah.
Belch.
That was all correct. I just teleported that spider with a tear effect. That was terrifying. If you could transform into the opposite gender at the generic level at any point in time, except if you died, but you only have two option when you do. The option when you do, you can only be a super hot guy, but an ugly girl, or you can be a super hot girl but ugly dude.
The latter.
The latter, definitely.
Yeah. That's okay, we prefer to watch metal fail anyways. You do. I noticed that. That was not the fucking button. For some reason I automatically assumed the button was on the top right because the other one was in the bottom left. But there was just a fire that hurt me. It was quite the experience.
Yeet.
Sad onion, oh no. I'll take it. Still, thanks for the resub. We know venturing into the can Wolverine and Deadpool avoid starvation if they eat themselves, thanks to healing factor tier questions. Oh boy. Well, isn't the problem that cannibalism fucks up your body itself?
It will give you Kuru. So if you eat too much human flesh, materials that are present within flesh. It's like prions or something like that. They fuck around with your brain, and you get kuru, the laughing sickness, and it's a degenerative neurological disease that makes you like randomly laugh hysterically and just kind of breaks your brain down a bit. Not good. You don't want to get the kuru, so don't eat
Boy,
people.
yeah. This description: Kuru is a very rare, incurable, and fatal neurodegenerative disorder that was formerly common among the 4 people of Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea, yes, because they would practice ritual cannibalism in their funerary rites. They would eat the dead, the deceased dead. At least parts of it, parts of them.
So I guess they could survive, but then they get this damage, which is, well, I don't think the healing factor can regenerate their like mind failures.
Damn,
As far as I know.
I think
An
it's got a
example is-
long ass incubation period too. It's like decades that it can
Oh damn.
sit in somebody. So
Look at an example of a kid who looks no older than like 10, but he can't walk anymore because of his brain's fucked.
yeah. I don't think I don't know if it's still a thing. Probably not much of a thing. If it exists, it probably only exists in because the amount of times that you're going to be consuming human meat or human brains in particular probably doesn't happen that often in as a whole for humans. So it's probably not a very common disease at
God,
all.
this-
It's probably super rare if it's even still around.
Fuck, this
I don't know if they still do it.
That's the worst version of this enemy. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ! Explosions, brimstone, everything. Fuck.
Ew, if you click cannibalism, their example image is a slug just eating a dead slug.
Mm.
Ew.
Holy shit.
Cannibalism.
What a...
They got funerary cannibalism right there. Oh, here we go. Cannibalism.
That guy fucked me
Slug
up, dude.
eating a dead individual of the same species.
Oh my
Yum.
god, my head grows back when I do this. That's funny. What if Rex and Mala had a baby? What would her name be? Raglar? Morag?
Eggs.
Loki.
Loki?
Nah, I don't know. Something. It wouldn't be fucking like John, or Steven. It wouldn't be something super common.
Fuck.
It would be chrysanthemum.
It's just synonym. It'd be Pilot Inspector with a K. And it wouldn't be some bullshit hippie name like Sunshine.
Apple.
I don't know. Maybe
Apple.
something from a. I don't know. I'd probably name him
Young.
something from either. Like, maybe a
Kal-El?
Shakespearean play or mythology that doesn't sound too out there, but is
Zeus?
a character who has some kind of a virtue or a principle that I think that a kid should strive towards, and it's kind of universally agreed upon as generally a good thing.
Pelagius.
Because you could get crazy with the middle name. You could give them a somewhat normal first name, and then you could give them the middle name is that's your backup. That's like you could give them the cool name.
Wumbo.
Womford.
Wumford.
Wumford.
Oh, very important we get that distinction. Womford. I wouldn't want him to be insulted in the schoolyard,
Wumford is a very
Like
respectable name.
I could name Hector. That'd be a good name. A first name Hector from the Iliad. Let's see, and then the middle name could be. You don't want to
Achilles.
double up on the Greek because you don't want to call him like Hector Odysseus or something like that. You could call him Hector. I don't know, maybe something familial. So maybe that's the way to go. So you have your last name, which is your family name, and then their first name could be like a Hector, right? You could go in the first or second, could be one or either. Maybe name it after a relative or a
Let me help you,
like a
cowards.
descendant or an ancestor, and then the other name is
Rasputin?
something. Yeah, Rasputin. Yeah, because that has very positive connotations.
And they can call him Raspy for short.
Raspy.
Unless maybe your last name's Hitler. I don't know. Maybe not Adolf. We still got to give that one some time. That's still
Don't
on
get-
cooldown.
They still haven't gotten over it. Are you serious?
Still haven't gotten over it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little.
Fucking Hitler lives rent free.
Regular Hitler. Hitler does sound like a great name. Regular Hitler.
Liam?
Rudolf Hitler.
Ajax. Ajax would be a fucking baller name to have. What's your name? Fucking Ajax.
It is kind of a bullet name.
I don't
Do you
have
remember
any
in Troy when
keys.
he says,
What
"Look upon me in despair"? It was pretty cringe, but also funny.
Well, that was originally written on the who
Oh
said
yeah,
it?
it's
Don't
not
tell
his
me.
quote.
Ozymandias. That was it. Ozymandias.
Look upon, isn't it my works? Despair. or
Look
something like
upon
that?
my works, ye mighty in despair. At least it's. I don't know if it was actually him. He said that, or if it was from the poem Ozymandias by a person I can't remember.
That's why Ozymandias is a really good title for that Breaking Bad episode. Correct. That quote was written by Zack Snyder.
Every time someone says you're worse than Hitler, I imagine someone out there nowadays still called Hitler getting really sad. It's like, oh man, what did I do?
Hitler ruined the name.
Whoopsh. Ow. Slapped the head off of me. I said. Yumbo. Percy Bysshe Shelley, if I recall correctly, started writing the poem but got interrupted by a door-to-door salesman. Forgot like 90% of it before writing it down. Confirm he doesn't say that himself, even in the ultimate cut. Gag slur. I'm gonna name my son Doyle after the character on Angel. I'll never let that go, damn it. Hector, we live in a society, Wombonius. Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, that's funny. That's just his name.
Well, there's no reason to lose your head over the discussion. I see what you did there. Why are you running?
Someone says Metal's worse than Hitler. No, Alice is worse than Hitler.
That's pretty bad.
That could be an interesting discussion. Is Alice actually worse than Hitler? I think an argument could be made.
I mean, what she did is not something the show is aware of, because nobody
Yeah.
is aware of it, but it doesn't change how awful it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I suppose the discussion comes down to how many current lives, are going to be worse ending than the potential for all of the good that you would do by the damage you cause now. But if I
At least Hitler believed in
Don't it?
something.
He's Hitler believed in something, that's right, Boogie. Alright.
Of course, I got a spiky room, but I can't see my health. Stupid Dumbo game is trying to kill me. Oh, what a fantastic room. This might be the secret. It's not. What about here? Well, fuck you. 6 million black women's rip. Yeah, Alice is a bad. Shut up, Ethan.
Yeah, looking at our coverage, the Dalmatians movie is super Home Alone-y. In the
Oh,
third
yeah.
act, all it is the main three
Slapstick.
villains falling
Yeah,
into
getting-
traps.
They freeze solid and they get bonked on the head and they slip and
Slip around,
slide.
yeah.
Oh,
It is very slapstick. Yeah.
Hey Rex, have you heard of fatal familial insomnia? Give it a Google.
Let me take a look.
For reference, by the way, John Hughes wrote both movies. That's probably why it's this way.
Fatal familial insomnia is a rare genetic degenerative brain order. Off to a good start.
Mm-hmm.
It is characterized by an inability to sleep, insomnia, that may be initially mild but progressively worsens, leading to significant physical and mental deterioration.
Jesus.
Affected individuals may also develop dysfunction of the autonomic, I suppose is how you'd pronounce that, nervous system. The part of the nervous system that controls involuntary or automatic body processes, and I see where this is going, which are things that happen without a person thinking about them, such as body temperature regulation, sweating, breathing, or regulating the heart rate. Specific symptoms observed depend on the part of the autonomic nervous system that is affected by the disease. In all instances, FFI is caused by an abnormal variant in the prion-related protein gene, although sometimes the disorder occurs randomly without a variant PRPN gene. This is called sporadic fatal insomnia, or SFI. This aforementioned gene regulates the production of the human prion protein, and alterations in this gene lead to the generation of abnormally shaped prion proteins, blah, 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 blah. No cure, but research is ongoing. Let's see. Signs and symptoms. Let's see. Insomnia is mild at first, then becomes worse and worse over time. Insomnia usually begins suddenly and can rapidly worsen. When sleep is achieved, vivid dreams may occur. The lack of sleep leads to physical and mental deterioration, and the disease ultimately progresses to coma and death.
Sounds great.
Episodes of confusion or hallucinations can eventually occur. Some affected individuals experience double vision or abnormal jerky eye movements. There may be problems with swallowing or slurred speech. Some individuals eventually have trouble coordinating voluntary movements, abnormal movements, including tremors or twitchy, jerky muscle spasms. Just wonderful diseases that are out there. Just extreme, great, specific, wonderful diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, mysterious ways.
Crazy how many diseases there are
There's
that
a
do
lot
kind
of
of like.
diseases.
It's like humans. We have a bad rap with a lot of stuff.
There's a
Unfortunately.
lot that could go wrong on this complex
I got on thanks for the
machinery.
gifted sub, dude.
So I think it's kind of interesting in a sense. If there was like a society of robots, like that's just how they were always the way, and then they discover us, and they're just like, you know, all the things they have to do like replacing parts and oiling or refueling with liquids or whatever the fuck, and just they'd look at us and just be like, "Whoa, you guys have like loads of advancements in terms of like your body regenerates like on the go." Or whatever else, but then they'll also be like, "Oh, you got all this. Oh, jeez.
Oh, you can't
that's-
just like replace parts, and then they'd be like, "Oh, we got the better end of that stick."
Yeah.
Your brain will just randomly stop working. Oh
You
fuck.
can't store it on a disk and upload it to a cloud like
Yeah,
constantly."
you can't just get a new body. We can't just put you in a new chassis.
They'd be like, "I mean, it's neat, but
We regenerate.
Holy shit, I he and
things.
yeah, rip.
yeah, idiot."
Fuck you, man. Who was your favorite character in Krella? Mine is Horus. Krella? I don't even remember any characters from Krella. It was so fucking shit.
Well, Jasper was almost a character. About it though.
Here's one, Rex. Google rhabdomyolysis. You know what? I'm just gonna put this in chat because I have no idea how to pronounce that. There, that doesn't look like a real word even.
Bleb. Rhabdomyolysis.
Sci-Fly is so OP. Yeah, Sci-Fly doesn't help you if
Let's take a look.
the spotter stomps on your face, though. I have to use the loo. I'll be right back.
It looks like it's like if you have death of a muscle fibers and release of their components into the blood, or release of their contents into the bloodstream, which then leads to kidney failure. That's not
Oh,
good.
great.
That's not good.
Alright, redraft done. I got one more draft to go. Whoopee.
And then what?
And then I'll make the video.
And then
This is
what?
the endgame video. And then I gotta work on the endgame video.
And then what?
Several things, and then I'm dead. And then,
Oh.
and then nothing.
You didn't even say many things. You said several things. Like, oh, there's just not a lot planned, is there?
I feel like several is many.
It can be. It just seems more specific. Many's got like a really big cap. Several. If you were to name like 100 things and you said several, I think people would be like, "Oh, that was several."
Well, you know, maybe we all have different definitions of several.
Impossible.
I feel a little frustrated because I look at this.
Can- Can
I
I
just-
just?
Yeah.
I was curious. You know, I said
Hello?
several, not many. It's like almost my definition of several. It's like that's what it turns out to actually be.
Oh, so several is more than two, but not many. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, many things, and then dead. There you go.
Well, you could have drawn it back by being like, no, I just categorized many things into smaller categories. Like, I will do what I wish to do to make my life fulfilled.
Yeah. The problem right now, I'm just looking at the script. It's very joke heavy in the first half, but the second half gets pretty grim. so I'm not sure. You know what? There is a decent balance of jokes. No, I'll figure it out.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I was just working on the script just then.
Ah.
That was why I wasn't saying anything. So
No worries.
Battlefield 6 leaked images. I've seen some of them, but are there any new ones?
I couldn't give
Oh, the cover art.
any
Oh
shits
boy, the
about
cover art. Battlefield 2042. Oh, fuck yeah. That's cool. I like that. That's neat.
Daytona.
Yeah.
What's neat?
Here's the image.
Oh, no.
Battlefield 22.
Isaac, no, your head. Oh no.
Wait, why
So,
is that
yeah.
neat though?
It's been a long time since Battlefield did like a near future or futuristic thing. It's been a while. Because
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the last one was 2142. That
Yes.
was like the last futuristic one, and then ever since then it's been modern and the past. So, and you know what? It's been a long time since we were subsumed with near future stuff. It's been like 5-6 years now. I think it'd be cool to have a near future Battlefield game.
Would be cool to have a Battlefield game with more content again.
Yeah. Oh, and also just I like the 42 reference because it's a reference to the very first game.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the first game was 1942, right? Or
1942,
was it-
yes.
No, yeah, it was 1942. So yeah, 100 years later.
What now?
Battlefield 2042. It's been leaked. That's what it is. The new
You
one.
excited, Rag?
And the
I think that's
concept, sure.
I like the idea. Of the one.
I'm really keen on a near-ish future where everything's relatable and understandable, but you could have all the the little gadgets and stuff change, and all the little things you could tweak and make cool
Fireballs.
stuff with it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like I could believe exoskeletons are a thing by then, and I could believe that some of the gadgets you put on your guns can be super cool, and it gives you an excuse for having. It gives you a super believable excuse for having gameplay mechanics be executed.
Yeah. Here's something neat that is pointed out in the Forbes article. 2042 is exactly 21 years into the future from 2021, which is exactly 21 years in the future from 2000. So it's like there's a lot of elements of why this works as a thing. Let me see
Why
if
is
there's
20? Why is
why is-
21?
Why is that special?
So we're currently in the
First
middle point
Battlefield-
between 2000 and 2042.
There are a few elements. So Battlefield 2042 means it's set 100 years after the very first game in the series, Battlefield 1942. Little halfway point. That's kind of a neat little coincidence that it's exactly as far divorced from 2000 as it is.
The
from
halfway point
time it takes
is
place.
19.
No, the halfway. I'm just saying, like the halfway point between the beginning of this century and
This millennia.
this. Well, no, yeah, that's right. The beginning of
So-
this.
I mean
century.
that's technically true. However, millennia is even specialer.
When did Battlefield first came out in 2002, didn't it? So this is like not the 20th anniversary. It would have been cooler if it came out in 2000. Then it would all line up.
Also, if I randomly leave, it might be my internet. There's a gnarly thunderstorm outside, so
Mhm.
every once in a while it cuts it off.
Wow, get thunder protection.
I do have thunder protection.
Get more.
I'm inside and I have renter's insurance.
Apparently, a
shocking
beta
that
is
you-
planned for this month. Oh, sweet.
Do you have volcano insurance?
Volcano insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think so.
I think that's a Family Guy joke. I don't like The Simpsons.
I'm going to get a new PC because mine can't run these new games today. You might want to think twice about that.
If you're gonna get a PC,
It's gonna be hard to get a new PC
Honestly,
right now.
find a good pre-built,
Yeah,
because the people who assemble pre-builts, the assemblers, I don't know if they're called OEMs or whatever, they still get like all of their components bulk from companies for pretty much retail price. So there's a lot of pre-builts that aren't marked up in the same way that
The
individual
pre-built-
components are.
The pre-built market in general is just better than it was like 10 years ago.
Oh,
by
definitely.
Far, right?
There's still a lot of shitty ones, so just be aware of what you're buying. A good
Yeah.
pre-built's a good pre-built. So that's definitely something I might recommend.
apparently all the big
Leaks.
companies that make pre-builds are actually pretty
All
bad.
right, so I hate the UI so much.
You're not a big fan of that.
I fucking hate this UI so goddamn much.
What
so-
don't you like
Damn.
about it?
It's a bit too
So-
green.
So the
So bright.
colors are horrific. The pink and the light blue. I hate the pink and the light blue. I have absolutely no desire to see the soldier images of my squad and have them take out that much space. I want an icon for what their class is. I don't
Yeah,
want a picture
Those
of them.
was more than enough. I would agree with that.
Maybe
I don't
they'll,
like-
I'm sure they will get a bunch of feedback that might make them completely overhaul this UI.
I think this looks like pre-alpha stuff. And
Oh, it
the
is
layout
pre-alpha,
of
yeah.
yeah,
it
good.
is.
I figured it might be at this stage, but I do not like the layout of the weapons and gadgets and a big row like that.
I guess the
I-
goal is so that you know every single thing that you have.
Sure, I get that. Battlefield 1 did it in the sense of it would only show up when you were swapping. So when you swapped, you would see for a couple seconds it
Oh
would
yeah,
show
that's
your whole
right.
kit
Yeah,
instead of it always being there, because that seems like the thing that's useful for the first 10 minutes. And then you're like, okay, I have a brain, so I know what I have equipped because I put it there.
I guess I wonder what the utility would be like. It's useful to know how much ammo you have for every weapon you've got, so that you don't get blindsided when you like switch to a different gun and it's like, oh shit, that was empty. Whoops.
I'm fine with that being up to player memory. Like if you spend all of your ammo for something and then you swap back to it and it's empty, it's like, yeah, it's where you left it and you didn't resupply. Like I generally like a lot of information being given to players, but I do think something should just be, yeah, you spent all your revolver ammo. You don't have any more. You need to go get some.
Also,
If you forget, then that's on you.
based on this footage, it looks like that last one looks like, I guess, sandstorms. There'll be big like weather events to change the map, so they're doing
Which
that
I'm
again.
totally a-okay with.
Mm-hmm.
as long as they actually, because Levolution was like such a
Levolution
Siege of
was
Shanghai
very
much
hit and
worse.
miss.
Yeah, some of
It
them
was
were
very
cool,
hit and
like
miss.
Shanghai. Oh my god, that map.
Yeah,
just
Siege
was-
of Shanghai
right.
was shit when it happened because it
Yeah.
made the middle area shitty and it made the map crappy looking.
Yeah, so be careful with these ones.
But I'm-
hopefully.
But I like the idea of, ooh, fog's rolling in. Now it's raining.
yeah.
And things like that, where the first half of the map is in one weather, and then you could see the weather coming. You know, it wouldn't be hard to change the skybox rolling in or something like that.
Well, this
But
is
yeah, I like the
Frostbite
idea
4,
of sandstorms coming in, so you're going to have really low visibility.
Let me see. Is this Frostbite 3 or are they making? Is it Frostbite 4? I think it is Frostbite 4. So that's like an upgrade after what, 8 years? I think.
Oh, he's gonna charge 4 times, isn't he?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
I
just hope
hope
it's
so.
yeah, I hope it's good.
I
If
hope
they
it's
just
good
say,
as
"All
well.
right, Battlefield 4, how can we make Battlefield 4 better?" We've learned so much over the years that game was out.
What
What
if
do
it's
we
terrible?
do?
Well, I think that they know that they can't fuck it up again.
Terrible.
I think that's.
I
what
think they know that. Yeah,
I think they
Dice
know that-
is
important. This one. I remember it's
because
been
they
nearly
know
20
Battlefield
years.
5 is not well received and it
That
did
makes
not
me
sell
want
like
to-
they wanted, and it got cut off in terms of support.
Mm-hmm.
When like 1 and stuff was coming out, it was yearly releases for Dice. Battlefront, then Battlefield 1, then Battlefront 2, then Battlefield 5. It's been 3 years and they've released nothing. Maybe this is like just they put everything into this.
I hope so.
They
want-
really
I
need
want
to-
Battlefield to be good again.
Yeah, because
I
personally, right now, I have no interest in buying another Battlefield game because they just
I-
drove me away
yeah,
pretty much. I remember when they did the last map update, the big one on I think it was in the winter times and
Pacific War
Christmas
one?
times, where they added like the really big maps to. I think it was Battlefield 5. That was the most recent one that got released, right?
I think the most recent one was like
Oh.
the Pacific one, the Battle in the Pacific, which was received really well, but they changed time to kill and alienated
that's-
everybody.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah. They just blew it. They blew it. They got their audience back, and then they made a fundamental change to the game
Yeah.
that pissed everybody off.
Because that's when
And-
I
and
went
it was
back to
over.
it and played with friends again. It's like, well, man, I really like those maps. This is good. I love it. And then it's like, oh yeah, no,
When
we
Battlefield
just
4 did it. It made the game better. They
Yes.
changed a little bit. They pretty much what they did was most of the weapons they used to be a 4-hit kill, and now they're 5-hit kill. Unless you get a headshot. They lowered like the max damage of pretty much all the assault rifles in the main caliber of the game from 25 to 24 essentially, which means if you don't get a headshot, now you have to hit them 5 times instead of just the 4. And hitting an extra bullet, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that means you know the fights will be longer
Yeah.
at,
You know
at
what?
point blank ranges.
I'm thinking that as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking that the big shtick for this game is going to be like in the far future, the weather has become a lot more tumultuous, and so like weather
Ooh,
will be-
yeah, maybe because of some
Sandstorms.
technology or some environmental thing where there's a lot
I
more
think- yeah.
dynamic.
I think it'll be an environmental thing where it's like this map, it gets really windy and rainy, and you got to account for that. Or this map floods, or this level has a sandstorm, and that's like the big element is weather.
We
That-
better
that'd be
stop
real
getting
cool.
excited, Fringy.
Yeah.
We better
I do
stop
genuinely,
before we
like-
get to.
I feel bad listening to this. Like,
Yeah, because we remember like the good Battlefields and
Good old
even
days,
Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 and 4 for all their even 1 for all those problems in those games, they were still really great. There was still so much good stuff in them.
And I just hope I do, because you know what, Call of Duty, yes, that's cool and all, but like Battlefield, you know, at its peak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Call of
that's
Duty
one-
is something that I might try every X years just as a little game, but Battlefield is a game that I could devote a lot more time
yeah.
to.
the latest COD like sank in days in terms of just enjoyment.
World
Yeah.
War II.
We were so
I forget
excited
that
at the
happens all
beginning.
the time. Yeah.
when we bought the last one, it's like, yeah, this is fun.
Modern Warfare, I was having fun for a little bit.
And then they figured out a meta to play, and it was just like, oh, so basically all the other weapons are useless
Yeah, when
to
everybody's
play.
when everyone's jumping and doing all kinds of things, it's fun. Then everyone starts using the same strategies, and you're like, well, I'm out.
Yeah,
one-
that was the bane of Battlefield 3 was it was an M16A3 simulator, which really fucking sucked. Someone mentioned in your Twitch chat that perhaps the objectives could change based on the weather of inactive, and that's a cool idea. Where, oh, now there's a big sandstorm, or maybe there's an electrical storm, and that acts like a mini EMP. Or, oh shit, this crazy lightning is striking, which means your optics and a lot of your HUD stuff is gonna not work, maybe. That could be super fucking cool. But the problem with that
Fuck.
is the same fucking problem that happened with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which I haven't played in ages.
Yeah, same.
But the most fun I ever had in that game was the short time they had actual weather where there would be super thick fog. And it was the most fun I ever had because you had to watch what your profile was. You couldn't crest over hills and you had to listen and you couldn't snipe people from far away. It was a bit more, close and personal of a game. And you could just be running with your dudes and just boom, you just run right into a team of other people. And then, just chaos broke out. But apparently people didn't like the fog. People didn't like the rain. People didn't like these. People wanted to play when it was clear and sunny and they could see everything. And so whenever they jumped into a game and it was going to be that kind of weather, the fog and the rain, lobbies would empty because
Yeah.
people didn't want to play it because fuck gamers. And so they took it out. And I think it's such a shame. It's such a fucking shame.
It's such a weird mindset, especially in this game, where you sometimes just drop in somewhere and you just die instantly anyways. Like, why wouldn't you just try this out and see how it works? Like, you probably survive longer as well, because you have some natural cover with the weather when there's, like, fog and shit like that.
As much as I would love Battlefield to say, oh, we have an electrical storm that's coming in, and they could even have a realistic name for it, or whatever it's called, and it strikes something on the map, or it strikes a part of the map, and for a certain amount of time, your red dot, there's no dot on your red dot site anymore. Your HUD isn't working properly. Maybe the HUD only works minimally to a degree. If you're in a vehicle, maybe it strikes the vehicle and you have to kind of go from memory as to what all your buttons and stuff does. Lights turn off. That could be a super duper interesting thing in this game that kind of mixes it up, because you have to throw, especially in Battlefield games, you kind of have to throw some wrenches into the game every once in a while to break things up. They work to dislodge a dominant team sometimes.
Yeah, because the way it worked, at least in the newer titles, there's like always this sheep train going on where like the whole player base of the map just goes to one spot and then they fight there for like 10 minutes while the few squads that are actually in a call together and want to win the other objectives go for those ones until the sheeple train comes to the other spot again. That was something that I noticed in the two newer ones.
I've played
That's
like
unfortunate. that they had to miss there.
1,700 plus hours of Apex Legends, and I'm quite good at it and play with a lot of very good people. And communication and positioning is such a huge part of that game that seeing that sort of thing incorporated into a Battlefield game, there's so much. Oh, teams are sort of over there and over there and over here, and the ring's over here, so we need to go now, or we need to start moving, or we need to say, fuck this fight that we're in, we need to leave and go because we're going to get pinched and things of that nature. And I'd like to see maps that, and just that weather systems and things in Battlefield that sort of get your team and your side to go, oh, we need to maybe adjust our strategy to account for this thing that's coming, instead of just throw more tanks at the problem.
Lightning strikes and you can't camp in the fucking A10, imagine. Yeah. They eventually changed the spawns and moved the B flag on Piccadilly. Piccadilly is probably one of the most worthless maps they ever created.
Fucking hate
Ever
that
in
map.
Call of Duty. It might actually be the worst map. Like
What
any
a
Call of Duty game.
fucking
Yeah,
trash map.
once-
And they didn't even remove it. And everyone just left the game when this came up. It's like, oh, we're loading for Piccadilly, reload. Fuck this map.
Oh, fucking don't remind me.
So someone mentioned a decent point. They said, but Rags, RNG is bad. Matches need to be based on skill, not RNG. Idiots who think they are good. And I do agree with your statement in what some people say. So skill, pure skill, I think that belongs in smaller scale stuff. The Counter-Strikes and Valorants and Apex Arenas and things of that nature, where it really just is base skill, which is essentially just the micro tactics of your positioning and your lines of sight and how good are you at shooting the enemy compared to how good they are to you. But in Battlefield, you have 32 people against 32 other people, maybe more if depending on what they do, which could cause some concerns, but that's its own deal.
Oh, dude, this
But
is
let's say it's
confusing.
typical Battlefield, it's 32v32. You've got a lot of people trying to do a lot of things, and when one of those teams is, emerging as the clearly dominant winner, or when they're starting to really get a super edge early, throwing those little variables and mixing things up means they can't get complacent, and it gives the other side a chance to catch up without negating the other team's skill. It's not like you've nerfed the enemy team or their guns just do less damage because, oh, you're doing too well, so we're just going to handicap you. It's just, okay, you've done really well now. We're going to kind of change the objective. We're going to change things for everybody, and maybe that'll shake things up a bit. And if it gets worse, then it would have happened anyway. And if it gets better, then, well, the game's a little bit closer now. There are ways to balance games mid-game that don't involve just straight up handicapping the winners.
Somebody's mentioned in chat, and I'm pretty sure I've heard this rumor too, that it'll be 64v64 this time around. They're gonna open it up, make it bigger.
I'm
good?
in theory fine with that.
I'm not sure how I feel about it yet.
But this is, in theory, I'm fine with it.
It means you can't have metros anymore. Metro can't exist, which
They'll find a way.
They're fine.
They'll just make a metro. They'll just put two metros next to each other.
Yeah.
connected by hallways.
They released as a fucking retro map because people love that shit.
people love metro.
And I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, you had
Mm.
Operation Metro,
It's
and then they
chaotic.
did Operation
Lockout,
Lockdown, something like that.
Locker.
Operation Lockout.
Operation Locker, yeah. So it we're just bodies of people just slam into each other in the middle of the objective for the entire game, and it's just the stupidest shit ever. Which is a shame.
The first time I played Metro, when I played the Battlefield 3 beta on PS3, I
Yeah, I
kinda
remember that shit.
just played
Yeah, that
Metro.
was fun. But even
Metro's
then,
really fun, but
probably not
I-
a good map for your beta, because it's
No.
super linear for a Battlefield game.
No, you need something like Caspian.
Yes, Caspian was it was not a great map, but it was good.
Oh, really? I love Caspian.
No, I didn't think it was a good map at all. So
What was your
because of
favorite
that,
three?
the border wall and the position of objectives, where one of the team, I forget which, it was one of the most imbalanced in terms of which team would win consistently, based on where the teams would spawn and where the barriers were. Like the wall barrier, it's called Caspian
I
border,
remember
right? You have
that,
that big
yeah.
border wall, and that is a big barrier for one team more than the other. It's much
Right,
that
it was a
big.
big choke point, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was basically 2 choke points for it. The main road and the broken part over on the hillside.
In the big
And
field
it
area.
yeah, and it was way closer to one team than the other. So it would
Oh,
hinder
I
one
think
team more
you're
than
right.
the
It
other
was
a lot more.
closer to the team that spawned on the more open side had a difficult
Yes.
time. The
Yeah,
team that yeah, you're right. I just looked at the map. Yeah, you're right.
which is a shame because other than that, I like the design of the big middle hill and some of the outlying areas, but it's that damn wall. If it needed, I wish it had more breaks, or if
It
it was
might
just
just be
part of the map where it was just rubbled, it was torn down, it was blown up, and at the edges of the map you could see the wall, but where the players were, there was a lot more openings.
I wonder if for me, it might just be because for me, Caspian was like, oh, this is Battlefield. Like, that was my introduction to Battlefield. I mean, Metro was, but like Caspian was, oh, so this is like, this is Battlefield right here. This is like Battlefield. God, I love Battlefield 3. I had so much fun on that
Okay,
game.
I've got it actually. So back in 2015, map statistics. Most maps are pretty balanced in this game, but there are some that are really bad. So the U.S. side on Caspian border had a win percentage of 62% of the time.
Wow.
Giants of Karelia was 66% of the time the U.S. side would win. Gulf of Oman, the Russians would win 70% of the
Damn.
time.
Oh shit! Let me double check. Gulf of Oman was the that was the one that had the little city in the middle, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Battlefield 4 is free on Origin and 75% off on Steam.
Oh yeah. Gulf of Oman. That was you said Russia wins most of the time.
Yeah, 70% of the time.
Yeah, it's because the US spawned on the boat. That was why. Russia spawned on an airbase. The US spawned on a boat that's really
Yep.
far away. Let me show you
That
the
only
picture.
works that works for Rush, not for Conquest.
Yeah, for Conquest, it's like, and to be like, oh, well, there are 4 objectives on the US side. It's like, but still, they gotta go in by boat. Like, that's a... Or by plane, you know, that's a big disadvantage.
Oh yeah, that
You have
map.
to- you
Oh
have to
yeah, I
get
remember
a
this
ton of helicopters
fucking
and stuff.
hellscape when you had to spawn in there.
Gulf of Oman is really fun, but, like, compared to Strike at Karkin and stuff, I remember... And what was that one? The Sunai Peninsula or something?
Sinai Peninsula.
The map, yeah. I remember really liking that one.
God, I really want to play Battlefield now. Screw you.
Let's see. So the most imbalanced maps were. Let me see. So this is what's really interesting. So Golmud Railway.
Oh, yeah.
A map that I like in theory. Unfortunately, servers would just have it to be instant vehicle respawn, which fucking ruins that map. But Golmud Railway, arguably the most popular map, or amongst them.
It was definitely amongst them.
The Russians would win 50.2% of the time. Chinese would win 59.8% of the time. Extremely balanced in terms of which team
I think it was
won.
because it was basically symmetrical. The map was
However-
more or less symmetrical.
However, what's interesting is that the only 20% of matches would end close, and 46% of matches would be clearly one-sided.
Huh.
Which, from just my memory of playing that map, I absolutely believe.
I believe that, and I can't remember why that was the case.
Because a lot of people fight over I think it's the D point or the E. I think it's E point. Because remember, you got ABC. So that map's all about ABC. Because A and B are really close together. Like, you could pretty much throw a grenade from one to the other. A, B, very close. And then C is somewhat nearby. And then each side has their gimme point. And then there's E. E is in the middle of fucking nowhere. And people would love to go straight to E and try to fight over E because the paved roads on either side led straight to E, right?
Yeah.
And people would waste so much time and so much effort and attention fighting over E when it should be all about ABC because those were the 3 closest points to each other and you needed to control those. And people say, but Rags, E gives you the AC-130. And I'm like, okay, That doesn't really matter though, because that shit goes down. What if you want the AC-130 dead? It dies because you can just fly around with it in planes and shoot it down. So, yeah, so that was dumb. I remember typing so many times in chat in that game, guys. ABC, focus on ABC. Forget E. Let them have it. Let them waste their time fighting over E. We have to have ABC, because if you have ABC, and then your gimme point, then you win. That's 4 right there. And if you lose one of A, B, or C, they're not far away. You can walk between them. Whereas the other points, you have to make long distances, and you have to have vehicles for it. And
What's your goddamn
What is this
play?
thread?
The Batwoman thread. And obviously it's just mentioned, like, why do people hate watch it? And then someone's like, well, it's really funny. And then,
oh shit, Rogue
That's,
Transmission.
and obviously we
Dude,
get brought up.
Yeah.
Let me say this real quick. Rogue Transmission, the Russians would win 77% of games
Jesus, that's insane.
Wow.
on Rogue Transmission.
Dude. I love Battlefield.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just highlighting some of the bad ones because for the most part, these maps are pretty well designed in terms of which team
Considering
wins.
how much they need to take account of, like balancing
Yeah,
Battlefield
how many
maps
maps
is
there are,
way
too.
harder. And Battlefield always impressed me with the quantity of content in those games. Like, I
Yeah.
think Battlefield 3 had like 9 or 10 maps at launch, and it's like these are not small maps either.
And what's yeah, that's crazy. So this seems like the kind of thing you catch in beta testing. Like, oh shit, one of the sides is winning by an insane margin.
I guess
Like the
problem is
Russians
that
tend to
it's-
win over 3/4 of the time. We should
So I
fix
guess-
something.
I guess the problem is that balancing a Battlefield map after playtesting is probably a lot harder than balancing, say, a Call of Duty map, because you need to change a lot of content.
I feel like you could almost use that as an excuse to make a new map. Like you could almost market it as a new map depending on how you change it, which is not unreasonable.
Yeah, I guess you
Especially
could, I
if the
guess
difference is that big. If you just come out and say, yeah, when we made this map, we didn't have this issue in playtesting, but it turns out when we've opened it up to the public, the Russians win 77% of the time. So we're gonna just redesign this map. We're gonna keep the feel of it going, but we're gonna have to redesign a lot of the points. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of the rotation for a while, and we are going to, or you don't even have to take it out of the rotation if you don't want to, but it's an option. And they say we're just going to redesign it,
Get
and
fucking
then
stupid shit
we'll
items.
re-release it, and it'll replace the old maps. Something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like in a case that severe, you should do it. It's like Gulf of Oman when the Russians are winning 70% of the time. You're like,
Something's got to change, yeah.
yeah. That's a server killer map right there.
Oh boy. Okay, what
Loki
did...
will have more
what did-
impact on
oh.
the MC. Oh, sorry, this thing. Sorry.
Yeah, it
I
was,
don't wanna distract from that.
Those people are not critics, they're basement-dwelling recluses who hate a show that has elements they cannot stand seeing in media. Bad writing? Yeah, you're right. I made this post because I wanted to hear what fans of the show thought of those freaks. Oh, wow, that's some strong words. So, yeah, they are puerile, pathetic social recluses who allow a show to live rent-free inside their heads. Oh, they also spread falsehood galore and rely on trickery to garner attention so they can earn money. I don't earn any money. Anyway, we're done here, so you can go now and have a nice life there, buddy. Ah, what a Chad. What a
Man,
fucking Chad.
Wow. I watched that show because it's fun.
It lives
It is very
rent
fun.
free in our head, and we're behind by like 9 episodes.
It's true. But here's the thing: I can't wait to catch up.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, there's no
I
rush.
can't
'cause
wait either.
The
yeah.
thing is, there are finite amounts of Batwoman episodes to come. Like it's, so let's take it as we go.
Yeah. Ah.
Set to end at the end of season 3 potentially. And it's just like, well, at least we got another 30 episodes ish.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't even know what to do with life after this. I don't know what to do.
I just hope they make a spin-off series for Jacob.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool.
Jacob. Jacob.
I just saw a thing that was just saying that Loki will have more of an impact on the MCU than any of the other shows, according to Kevin Feige.
Yeah, I think I
Well,
mentioned it earlier. So you might
Yeah.
have been.
I think he
Yeah.
did, actually.
His character has the amount of power, and the time travel thing's already a thing. They could fuck
Yeah.
with anything they want.
Ooh, Leviathan. I'll take it. Thank you very much. And when Rainbow Six Siege takes out a map to quote unquote fix it and then makes it worse. Doesn't happen too often, thankfully, but still annoying, especially when they just take a map out and then don't replace it. Yeah, that sounds Dumbo. Jacob Kane is Deagle Man.
Deagle Man.
Oh yeah. Well, I believe in love.
Then I will destroy you.
I actually missed a co-op campaign that Battlefield 3 and found that far more enjoyable than the main campaign. I barely remember any of the campaigns in Battlefield, if I'm being completely honest.
I remember
I
parts. I almost remember none of Battlefield 4. That was the most generic crap just you could ever have.
I remember
Battlefield 3 had moments. It wasn't good. Battlefield 3's campaign was not good, but it had some cool parts. It had
Fucking
some
Curse of
neat
the Lost.
parts in it.
It did have neat parts in it. Yeah, it did.
But Battlefield falls into the pathetic, awful shooter war game single player trope that Call of Duty's all fall into, where we have to try and make this pathetic attempt at a personal story that's impactful and meaningful, and you have to be the savior, salvation man, and you have to stop the nuke yourself with your bare hands as you knife fight the enemy
I
general
remember,
and shit like that. But the best parts
Battlefield-
of Battlefield 3 were just, you're a soldier, this is your job, you need to do it, this is a war.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that a lot of the cool parts in Battlefield 3 were like the invasion of Iran sequence where you're all just laying there looking at the city, and then you all get up and everybody's just running down this hill, and it's not playing that much music. It's just like it's actually a pretty like sort of quiet sort of thing. It's just there's explosions going off and it feels really like organic. And I remember there was one where you're fighting against Russians and like you just run in and it's just this. There's like 20 people versus 20 people. It's this sort of small scale like shootout. And it feels really intense. It's like they needed to lean into those elements more rather than we're in New York and we're like chasing the bad guy through
We
the
have to
streets
stop
of
a
New York.
nuclear bomb from being blown up in
Yeah.
the subway by General Kadorgish Norbalorg. Here, take this knife, and you have to have a knife fight with
A
him
knife
at the
fight,
very
yeah.
end after all his baddies get shot. And then you have to press the
QTE.
pause
Yeah, a
button
lot
at
of
the 1
QTEs in
second
that
mark so
one.
you could save New York. Whereas the things I remember from Battlefield 3 are being the gunner in the F-18, 16.
Yeah,
no, 16 was
everybody remembers
one-seater.
that sequence though.
And that was kind
Everybody
of
remembers
cool. And I think my favorite part was the tank one, at least the beginning of it,
Yeah,
where
that was
you're in a
cool.
tank, and to the left and right, you've got all your tank buddies, and they're in tanks too, and you hear all of the radio chatter about what's happening, and you're looking around, and you're just rolling down the road, and you hear some
Yeah.
chatter, and then eventually a tank battle starts, and it just, and obviously I don't know if it's realistic, but I can certainly believe it's realistic.
It feels
and-
authentic. That's
yeah, it
that-
wasn't trying to be grandiose, or it wasn't like, you can tell that Zack Snyder had nothing to do with the growth of these games.
Yeah,
It's
BRB.
neat
No
when
worries.
you just feel like I'm a soldier and I've got all my training and I've got my job to do, and I need to do it well because this is a war and we want to win, and my guys are on this side. I want to protect them and I want to neutralize the enemy, and it's all those little things that add up. When they try to get too big scale and crazy, it just gets to be
Rex, would you still recommend Battlefield 1? I've been considering getting it.
yes. The single players are fine, but the multiplayer is quite good. It's different than the other Battlefields. It's definitely, it tried something new with Battlefield, the formula, and I think it works for the most part. I really enjoy the infantry combat a lot in
Mhm.
Battlefield 1. Vehicles are a little, but there's a lot of stuff I really like in Battlefield 1. And I really quite like it. I would definitely recommend Battlefield 1 It is the big fun.
Yeah.
It gives a great vibe when you play that game. It really convinces you of, you know, this is definitely a different time. Yeah, the technology and the layout of the maps, and it looks really neat. I really like it. It's very coolio.
It drops a random pill every 7 rooms. Using a pill poisons all enemies in the room. I got PhD items, so it should almost be good ones. I should try that.
USA versus Russia. Should be USA versus like a confederation of Middle Eastern countries. So probably be more realistic. If you could even, like, I guess I can suspend my disbelief for USA versus Russia, but I feel like Battlefield 4's whole China thing was more believable. But maybe they'll explain it at the beginning. Here's what's happened in 20, 40 years or whatever. And then you're like, okay, there's a Russian Confederation or a something confederation of Russia, China, maybe some Middle Eastern states, and they don't like, but it wouldn't be USA versus in a situation like that. It would be all of NATO versus. But I'll go with it. I don't really care much about the story of Battlefield.
No,
Just make the
it's never
game
been
good.
great.
Mostly for Rex to jog his memory, my favorite part about Battlefield 4 was when you got to decide which minority to sacrifice at the end. What?
Oh, that was so fucking dumb. I hated that.
Remind
Battlefield
me.
4's campaign was generally really, really bad, but at
Yeah,
the end,
didn't like it at all.
you grapple up into a huge bridge over a massive battle cruiser that the Chinese have with their general in it, and you have to explode it manually, and so you have to choose as you hang there who goes and like blows it up and whatever it is. But the problem with that, other than this, it's a shitty mission, is that you had to replay it at least 3 times because the way that you unlocked the 3 guns for multiplayer, the SAW, the P90, and the QBZ95, is that you would have to make different choices at the end. And so you had to play the mission 3 times just to get to the end to choose a certain person, so you unlock the gun for multiplayer, which is the only reason you're there. And it was stupid, and it's a waste of time. And I hate it. Whoever made that decision is an idiot.
I feel like it would be funny to see you guys watch like 3 episodes of Batwoman all in one sitting. Well, there were probably some things you saw that were released in different weeks, but that were watched in one sitting. So that probably happened before. And after that, we probably wanted to kill ourselves because, man, it's a lot of bad whammon to consume. Also, considering I have an item that drops more soul hearts, I haven't gotten a single fucking soul heart yet. That's very upsetting. They take a while to edit? Absolutely. So 4 Batwoman episodes, once against the Snyder Cut, which we want to do is Batwoman episodes.
Batwoman.
It's no question.
Batwoman's legitimately entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was laughing at the compilation of us watching Batwoman because it reminded me of how joyfully wonderful that show is. That is a magical program.
It really is.
In spirit, I could see there's big similarities. They both want to be a whole lot more lofty and meaningful than they really are. And they just both fail miserably. One of them just fails miserably in a wonderful, entertaining way.
Holy shit.
Zack is miserable.
Oh boy, I need health. That bone boss fucked me up pretty good. speaking of Battlefield 4, it's free via Amazon Prime. That's a lot of free tisms. I mean, I have it anyways. I pretty much have all all the main battlefields because I had like a set group of friends I've always played it with. I just walked right into that guy and I knew it was there and instantly killed myself. That was very smart. That was big brain right there. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken Monstrous 2 to be honest. I wanted to see if I can make it like somehow better, but just an annoyance. Oh. They just randomly do like huge jumps right into your face. Metal rags to look up G-MILF. That sounds gross.
G-MILF?
Yeah, GMILF.
Gay, mentally ill lady I'd like to fuck?
Excuse me, what?
That's what it stands for, right?
I don't know, but it got a funny reaction from me, so I'm guessing that's what it should be. Fuck, marry, kill, Alice, black woman, and future Hitler. What a lineup.
Kill Alice. Kill Alice, marry future Hitler, and fuck black woman.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
That's actually easy.
It's so easy. Zach feels like that kid whose parents never said no, so all his ideas suck. Wait, what's all this Battlefield talk? Did he reveal new info about the Battlefield 6? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Some leaks and stuff, yeah. So we just had a little tangent where we talked about how much we liked old things and how they're shit now. You know how it goes.
Yeah, that's a classic. The classic.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, okay. This is way too good of an item to not take it. So how cringe she is, do you think you would enjoy the show more if Alice was out?
The show would be better if she was out, because I hate Alice so much.
And they tried to make her be a good guy, or present her as a good guy, and just go for the narrative. Oh, it's not her fault she brutally kills all these people. But even after they establish that, she still brutally kills people all the time, so it doesn't fucking matter what they do. Yeah. Opinion on Office Space film. Such a nice, chilled, fun film. I don't think I've seen it. Have we talked about how Snyder has expressed interest in doing anime adaptations? I can't wait for Somber and Jaded Dragon Ball Z. What the fuck? Don't do this. Don't give Dragon Ball to him. This is like my retro escape when I want to watch something nice that makes no sense. Please don't give it into his grabby hands. Stupid exploding kamikaze spiders. Fuck you. Speaking of old stuff, which was a better year for gaming, 2011 or 2004?
2004.
See, my brain doesn't work that well with like remembering games and when they came out, so I'm just ggonna look
2004,
at.
San Andreas, Ratchet and Clank 3, Halo 2.
I feel like we had a
pretty sure Slide 2 came out that year. Jack 3.
2004, Half-Life 2, San Andreas, Doom 3, Burnout 3 Takedown, Sims 2, Far Cry, Battlefield Vietnam, Halo 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. That's a game I really like.
Yeah, I feel like it's, like
Fable 3.
2011 was cool and all.
Rome Total War
and
was
even that-
2004? Fuck, I'm old.
I don't know that 2011 was that fantastic. I feel like 2007 was like the best year for the 7th generation. That was like BioShock, Modern Warfare,
What we got in 2011.
Mass Effect was that 2007?
Mass Effect was
Skyrim,
2007.
Arkham City, Modern Warfare 3.
Also Super Mario Galaxy was 2007.
Skyward Sword, Portal 2,
Portal 2 was really good. But,
Dark Souls came out in 2011.
Arkham City as well.
Crisis 2, Gears of War, LA Noire, Dead Space 2.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff came out that year.
Yeah.
Space 2 is good shit.
But like 2007, I feel set the stage for what the
Yeah, but that wasn't
was
on the
like-
list. That wasn't represented
know.
in the question. So
I know.
you're
know.
being Dumbo. There, I said it.
No, I'm not being Dumbo.
Dumbo.
I'm just saying.
Dumbo. If you have seen the clip of 3 guys beating up a printer, that's what it's from. Oh, it might be just called differently over here. I actually did see that one at some point. That brings the memory back. 1998 was the golden year of gaming.
1998 was that there was a lot of stuff that came out in 1998 from what I remember.
When it comes to Battlefield, I guess it'll be called Battlefield 6 is remember the Battlefield 3 DLC,
Yeah.
I think? It was called like it wasn't Apocalypse. That was a Battlefield 1
Aftermath.
DLC, which was very good. Aftermath.
Aftermath.
I like
yeah.
that idea of like a big ass earthquake or some crazy shit happens that totally disrupts both sides of a conflict. And so they fight in these areas where like buildings have fallen over and subways have collapsed, and there's not a lot of like air support or artillery stuff. It's a lot more, I guess, smaller
shit, they're fast.
scale,
What the fuck?
and you don't have this massive infrastructure at the moment because of this disaster that's happened and affected both
Yeah.
sides.
It
We
was a
have
cool
to-
idea.
Yeah, like, oh shit, wait, we got to find the rest of our squad. How do we contact the rest of our side? We don't even know what the state of our
Why am I-
platoon or our unit is. And the same things happen on both sides, and so it's almost this semi-apocalyptic kind of vibe that it puts out that I thought could be really cool if you had these big old weather systems roll into a map, and all of a sudden, oh, that mini map, yeah, you don't get that mini map anymore. Yeah, the satellites can't see through the electromagnetic, thunder cloud or whatever, and oh yeah, this is all jammed too, and you're kind of on your own out there. So
It was
do what you can.
I remember that I remember that there was really cool theming for Battlefield 3. It had Close Quarters, which was basically just hectic, chaotic
Yeah, it was-
maps.
Yeah.
And then I think Armored Kill, which was just big maps. Like, this is big
Big
maps.
kills and vehicles, yeah.
Armored Kill
They
was
did both
awesome.
ends of the spectrum, one after the other.
Armored Kill was so good. I remember really liking Armored Kill. And then
Tank
I
battle
think-
mode was like kind of legit fun because
And
you
then,
had to like play as it was a tank battle game, and you had to use the land to move around, and you had
Yeah.
to take good shots, and it was nice. There's definitely a tactical cool element of your
Yeah.
tanks versus their tanks and what you can do. And
And I think Aftermath came afterwards, and then Endgame, where it was like each season had seasonal, so there was like one for each season. It was mainly bikes, capture the flag. I remember that was cool.
Yeah.
And then there was Back to
yes,
Kharkiv,
please,
which
Battlefield
was the first
6
one.
objective modes, please.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Capture
if
the
we had
flags
some
and
maps
stuff.
built for
That
it.
could be so cool.
Yeah. It would be because just Conquest
King of the Hill,
and
yeah.
Rush. It's like. I wonder about King of the Hill with how many players there are. I wonder if that would actually
If
work.
it was, well, it would be like zone control in multiple zones. It'd be like large scale domination,
So Conquest, right? Or do you mean like you? Oh,
kind of.
As in,
But you could have the zones.
right, you have to
change
stay
or
on the
move
zones.
over
that would
time.
be the big one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be something. So smaller battles across the map.
Yeah, kind of. I know that Squad Rush was probably my favorite. I played the shit out of it in Battlefield 3. I'd have people and we'd play lots and lots of Squad Rush, a 4v4 plant the bomb, mode, and you
Yeah.
had 20 tickets or whatever for respawns on the attacking side, and it was really really fun. And they removed it, and I've been forever pissed that they removed that mode. It was so much fun.
I just want a modern game with the destruction physics from Red Faction Guerrilla. Oh yeah, that shit was fun. That shit was fun. That shit was good. Just even do a 2142 sequel successor Titan mode was really cool. I just remember grenade spam like crazy as soon as you get on the Titan. That's what I remember from 21-22. Kind of mad.
I'm generally pro player freedom, but if they said, "Oh yeah, when you rent servers, there's no instant vehicle respawns," I would go, "Yes,"
Yeah.
because that shit
sure that'd be-
ruins games.
Yeah,
Plenty
you
of
just
people who won't be happy
finally
with that.
get the fucking aircraft out of the air, and like 2 seconds later, there's a new one. It's like
Finally destroyed
"Oh,
enemy tanks.
Great,
They're back.
they're back. Battlefield 6 campaign. Gentlemen, you have an HVT. You must take out all the at all costs. Zack Snyder. Of the vehicles are in line with how they were in BF3 as opposed to Battlefield 4, where they noticeably squishy and most of the perks like reactive armor and smoke were useless.
I'm definitely gonna err on the side of weaker vehicles instead of too strong ones. Especially after playing Battlefield 1 as much as I have, where
Oh,
vehicles
dude.
could be insanely powerful and ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember that
Bombers
shit.
were just the bane of your existence playing Battlefield 1. Fuck bombers. And yeah, I honestly, MBTs, the driver is not the gunner. I think that fixes a lot of it. If you're gonna play if MBTs should not be one person drives and shoots. It needs to be at least a 2-seater, probably 3.
Fuck.
And I'm not opposed to the idea of tanks being like glass cannons almost. Especially in the future where portable stuff could be potentially really powerful compared to tank armor, but just make it not shit.
I remember when I was playing with people and you had like the little bird and one of you is just like repairing the guy.
Yeah,
whole time.
constantly, yeah.
And it's like, get out of this,
Battlefield
we're
4, as
almost
good as
down.
it was, made some bizarre design decisions, like with the SRA. Oof. The SRA nerf, like, killed that weapon for the game.
Remind me, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember
Manually
what
guided rocket launcher. Where
Yeah.
if you were really good, you could just destroy helicopters with it, if you were really good. But then they changed it to where even a SRA rocket wouldn't kill a little bird.
Yeah. Mel, can you start yelling? I'm trying to hear you over the fan in my kitchen. Nah, I'm good. I can't yell. People have to work tomorrow in this house. Also, I just don't want to yell. Will you stream EDF again? I saw the one video on the YouTube channel and it was awesome. Oh, that's just a game I'll probably just randomly pick up again and just play when I get a kick out of it.
Like Isak.
Yeah. EDF is awesome. I fucking love EDF.
Or do you?
I do. It's good shit. It's really fun.
Or do you?
Shut up. It's over the top. Yeah, I love EDF. It's so silly. It's great.
I played one of the ones that came out, and it was fun.
Yeah.
For what it was. It was very goofy and silly.
Just like the insane weaponry you can get and everything. It's I really like it. Was this a dead onion? Oh no. Range down, shot speed down, tier size plus 50. That sounds horrible. Friendly ghost. I got happy ghost.
My God.
Little Haunt. Wow, look
Lil
at you,
Haunt is
Metal.
actually
Too
pretty
good to
good.
yell for his fans. Just wow. Fuck you,
For
Fredo.
for a low rarity, Lil Haunt's pretty good. He's better than most familiars because he does the whole thing where he just clasps on and
Yeah,
keeps hitting
four damage per second or something. It's, dude, if we can get like a whole collection of those things, but it just constantly damage things by walking into them. It's,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. The only vehicles that should have slightly tanky health should be unarmed troop transport, and even then there should be fun ways to disable
Well,
it.
generally those would be mobile spawn points.
Right,
The
yeah.
APCs, armored personnel carriers, they were not. They just had some machine guns on the side, which wasn't a huge deal.
Fuck.
But they move slow-ish. I think they move slightly faster than a person running is, but they were spawn points. They're mobile spawn points. But yeah, you definitely want to err on the side of vehicles being underpowered instead of overpowered.
Especially if no one on your team has the mercy to change
To an engineer,
to
yeah.
engineer. Especially in Battlefield 1, it was like insane. There's like
The
two...
assault class.
Yeah, oh right, it's assault class in that one. Yeah, it was like different. And
That's one of the things that I would absolutely change about Battlefield 6. We're gonna have to find some. You need to find a better. I kind of feel like Bad Company 2 did it pretty well. I mean, assault is still all right. So the medic needs to be not having assault rifles.
yes.
We need to. That just needs to be the case. You can't give the people who practice, regeneration and necromancy be the people who have the best firearms. That's just ridiculous. They need to have
that was weird.
submachine guns and shotguns so that they can't be so insanely multi-purpose, because bringing people back to life, reviving them, healing teammates, that's a big deal.
I was thinking more of like a truck, but I didn't know about the ACP. That's groovy. Yeah. But yeah, I remember
Do
them.
you guys know
Go ahead.
there's such a thing as a Chinese water deer, and it's a species of deer that has fangs?
Yeah.
Really?
It's really weird.
That sounds wild.
Yeah, they got like tusks coming out of their
Oh shit.
mouths.
It's like one of those create a custom animal things.
How do servers on Battlefield 4 work these days anyways? Is it still like provided servers people rent it? Or...
Yeah, I think
Yeah?
so.
Okay.
Yeah, you could get custom servers for it. It needs to be something Battlefield does. Like from day one, you need to let people buy servers. That keeps the game alive and it gets you money. Just
Yeah.
fucking do it. Why would you not? And I don't think Battlefield 5 had that option. Or did they? Eventually they did, right?
I think eventually. I'm not sure though. I would need to check. But I remember
Rental-
that not being a
rentals,
thing, and it was
basically.
really annoying. Because they all did this stupid search a thing, and it was sometimes just took forever.
Yeah, you got to give them options to make it worthwhile. Like you could change the rules and stuff. Except maybe instant vehicle
Botfly.
respawn. Maybe don't give people that ability, because fuck that.
Dude, that botfly shoots Shield of Tears. It shoots the fucking projectiles as well. Dude, that plus Sci-Fly, that would be insane, actually. That's a thing I want to have in a run.
Then take it.
It's not that easy. Yeah, on the run I did offline, where I beat Hush, I got Shielded Tears right before I went into Hush, and it was just such a godsend. It's just so good. With all the projectiles flying around. Take up your mother's fleams. No, that's disgusting. That's just wrong. Active items on charge when clearing. Oh, that's the damage one. I don't really need those. Don't really need them. I never want to be a medic in a war.
Yeah, fuck that. In a game, though, it's very, very good. Generally, is going to be my most played class is a medic class in games like that.
I always play engineer. I like to blow up the tanks and stuff. I remember.
That's the thing. Medics and engineers. That's the class comp you need to have. Medics and engineers. Medics and engineers.
Yeah, I remember I got
Sniper.
really
No, go
good at shooting down little birds with an RPG at some point, and it was
Yeah,
always so
very satisfying.
fucking satisfying. just trying to rush you with the little bird, and you just shoot them straight ahead, and they just explode instantly. It's like, yeah.
When in doubt, side with the infantry in terms of balance.
Is there some rooms left? I want to re-roll this item. Oh, money equals power. I have no money. Wait, what was it? Goat had 100% chance for devil and angel rooms. Oh, yeah, I gotta take that though. Definitely want that one. But I want to re-roll this item. Rex, what is your favorite Battlefield game and why? Oops.
4, I really like a lot of the maps and a lot of the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I don't know. It's pretty tough after that. Maybe Bad Company 2 or maybe Battlefield 1. I'm not sure though. 3's pretty good.
Fuck.
Was the question which is your favorite Battlefield game?
Yeah.
I really like 3, but probably is 4.
Yeah, I'm
really
with
like
there with
4,
4. That's probably the one I played the most as well.
It is for me.
They turned that game around so incredibly well.
Yeah, it launched in a poor state.
It was
Yes, it
so
did.
bad in the beginning, and then they turned around. I was like, yeah.
It became really good.
When that came out, jeez, that was like not a fun time.
I get a bit sleepy here. Oh, it's
Boy,
almost 3 a.m. That explains it. I didn't even notice the time went by already.
time flies.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish this run though, so. Yeah. What games were only good at or near launch? I think for me it was actually the latest Modern Warfare.
What now? was the
Uh,
question?
What games were only good at or near launch?
Yeah, Modern Warfare is a good example
Skyrim.
of that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because then you figure out what Skyrim is, and you're like, oh, this isn't that great, really. though."
Yeah.
But I think a lot of games are like that, where when you're doing all of the exploring and everything, you haven't figured the game out, and you haven't recognized a lot of the game's issues, and you're really taken in by the presentation of the world.
Assassin's Creed
So it
Odyssey.
seems a lot better than this.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. When I was first playing it, I was like, oh, this world is incredible. And then the more I played, I'm like, oh, all of the locations are the same.
Yeah, Modern Warfare for me, that's the one that comes to mind because I had so much fun during the beta, and then
Same
when
here.
we bought it, it's like fuck yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of it, which we did, but
Hey,
then
Call
just
of Duty game was fun.
and then
then-
more and more it's like oh these weapons are basically unusable because if you use anything that's not
Did you
automatic
use the,
shooting
I think
weapon,
it was like the
you're just
M4A1
fucked.
or something. It was-
Yeah, I think that was the one that was
the
like super
Modern Warfare
overpowered.
gun balance when I played it was horrendously bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was so excited to play like a FAL again because I played that weapon like a fuck ton and shit, which one was it? Black Ops 2. That's the one that I played a lot for that one, and I played the
I played
FAL a
that
lot,
one.
and I did pretty well with that. I got pretty good with that weapon, but I got it in Modern Warfare, and I was like, oh wow, this is really bad because when I get 3 shots out, I still need 2 more to kill the enemy, and he already killed me, even though I started the shooting before he even noticed me. But the time to kill is just so low, they just get instantly melted by any assault rifle or automatic gun.
Yep.
It's like, oh great, so it's pretty much no use for me to use that weapon here. Last time I played Modern Warfare a few months ago, the gun balance was better. Not perfect, but much better than launch.
I heard it got a lot better.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I wanted to try it out, I would need to download like 200 gigabytes of data. And Fuck that. If it's not even bigger by now. Like, it's actually insane how big that game is.
Yep, like I did for my research for that video. It made like $2 billion last year.
Damn.
Yep.
I have a highlighted message for the Frogman. Where is it?
Oh, yeah, where is it?
Friggy, I picked up some...
Friggy,
oh, go ahead.
Bundaberg root beer, and it tastes pretty good. Thinking about trying the lemon lime bitters flavor. Is it any good in your opinion? I have never had either of those, so I got nothing for you.
I just download multiplayer, only 150 gigs. Yeah, only. That's some insane amount of data just to try it again. But frankly, I really don't have any interest to go back at the moment. Have a highlight. Oh, I just read that out. What we usually doing? Editing the Dalmatians, I would assume. I don't know, just chilling. Maybe. Well,
That's what you're doing, isn't it, Molly? You're working on Dalmatians.
Or it's just AFK. That happens too. I feel like now that I unlocked more, I'm getting more of those stronger bosses. Like, they have like different moves that I was never aware of. Wait, that's not even, it wasn't even the boss. Fuck. Ooh, that's not good. I guess I'll die. Just like more champion enemies, I guess. I think there's just also so many enemies in this game that I haven't encountered yet because there's still like areas I need to unlock through the alternate path and everything, which I still need to beat Hush once for, I think. I might actually have to beat Hush twice again. I'm not sure because I got the achievement that for beating Hush the first time, but I beat him before. So I don't know, it either didn't count it before that, or they just implemented the achievements later on. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, that's a rip. That's a ripperoonie right there. Let's do like one more run, I guess, and then I think I'll wrap it up. Not that one though. First item I get is fucking trash, so let's just reset.
You just don't want to let the game dictate the rules for you.
It's great when you hit left.
That was actually going to be your best run there, Mel, but you just fucked it now.
That's fine. No one wants to see me win on this on a stream. Let's be honest.
That's what I meant by best run.
Oh, it was just instant nuked. Just pick up the item death.
Yeah, people would have loved it. You ruined it.
No, sorry, chat. Why is this stupid... Hello? God, what an annoying enemy. Just pushes away your tears. Infestation 2, Spider Baby. Spawn spiders when you kill an enemy. See, that's a really good item, actually. One more run. Resets 5 more times. It counts as one run, okay? Metal be die. Goodbye forever. Mauler presents Predator and Unbridled Praise.
Yeah, one day. I will do that.
Metal take Frongi to start streaming.
No, I'm doing work today. Just like getting work done on project. Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
I'm so excited to see how I'm gonna react to the vaccination I'm getting on Wednesday.
Yeah.
What one are you getting?
I'm getting Astra.
That's the one I got. 2 of. I'm
I mean,
now immune to the point where I could jump into a sewer and not die.
Yeah. Well, thing is, there's no prior. Well, actually, they lifted the prioritization system yesterday, but it's more likely to get like Astra or Johnson & Johnson for me, because I'm too healthy to get the good stuff, you know.
Those guys probably should have used their first names.
No, Johnson & Johnson, it is. Dude, what a busy fucking room. Holy shit. Nah. Oh. Nah.
Stop complaining.
Spider War! Spider War!
Twitter?
My spotters won. I had the superior spotter race. AstraZeneca is the one that turns you into an alligator, as said by the president. Dude, that's awesome. Give me more.
I mean, yeah, there could be some benefits there.
I hope the vaccine doesn't make you artistic. Just start drawing everywhere. Guess we appreciate the vaccine there to knock out an old man and operate on a little girl without her consent to get that to you. Nice. I want to be an alligator. Well, get AstraZeneca. It's good shit. Suddenly I have a line of illustrative books featured in major retailers. Go on, my spiders. Kill big spider. You know you want to. Spider uprising. Okay, stop spawning all those spawners, please. I like when enemies like one hit away, and instead of you being able to kill it, your spider just suicides right into it and deals the last hit damage. It's like, well, thanks for wasting that damage. Man, you're busy spawning those guys. Holy shit. You need to stop it right there, sir. Oh. Local Metal just has an army of spider oracles at a side. If he doesn't like one of their predictions, he kills it.
That kind of seems like it defeats the purpose of having predictions.
Yeah, especially if they're accurate. Like, their warning system. It's not like they're telling you that you have to like it.
No, sir, it's not my fault. No.
Then again, I feel as if you could kill an oracle spider, it probably wasn't an oracle spider.
True.
Should have known.
Or it might
Should've
have been,
known.
yeah.
A mystery egg. Spawn a charmed enemy when you get hit. Spawn stronger friends the more rooms are cleared without taking damage. Without taking damage? Have you seen my streams? Are you mad? Well, we're gonna reroll this one again. See, that we took damage right there because we got cornered by bomb boys. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, oh. Almost didn't notice there was a spike room. Sir, I need you to stop combing spiders. It's quite disturbing. Lorms. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Nailed it. How long have you been streaming for metal in general? That's a good question. When was my first stream? Probably like 2015, 2014-ish would be my guess.
That's about when I started doing streams, because that was like a year after I'd started doing the YouTube thing.
Because I think that's when I started watching speedruns on Twitch and just noticed that Twitch is a thing. And then they did like a get yourself speedrunning event after like an AGDQ when that was still fun to watch. And I just did one. That was like the first stream. There was not one like long after, but at some point I just started Strombobulus-ing.
And then you met random people.
Yeah, and now we're here. And where did that bring you? But I would say like the last 2 years is like the most consistent I've been with streaming. Before that was just like on and off. Like it's like when you see like random Fortia streams, when you just start streaming randomly again. I pretty much just did that. It was like like random phases where everyone started back streaming up. It's like, oh, you're streaming again. Oh, I should stream too. And then everyone just streamed again. It's fun times. Streaming looks hard. I'm not ugly and bad like metal. Well, that's a you problem. My vaccine experience made me a dead autistic alligator, to be quite honest. That doesn't sound too bad. You stream for a total of 2,127 hours. Yep. That sounds about right. Do I even want... No, this is just a deck of cards. I can take the compass. At least know where the fucking fleams are. Shit, we're actually missing one room with enemies to re-roll. That's annoying. Oh, maybe we can get a battery in these sacks. Fring, you should advertise your Twitch more. I only found it because Moodle sent me there.
Yeah, I will. Whenever I'm eventually gonna just make a big video that explains what's happening. Like everything that you can find at some point.
That's not bad. Oh shit, you're right. I could have just beat... In my mind, I already beat the boss. I thought I was going for the boss item for a reroll. Yeah, no, you were absolutely right, obviously. But I didn't read your message early enough. Big smart on my part. Holy shit, you spawn those fast. Joke's on you, I just make spiders out of your flies. Yes. And then you die. Ow, you can't just hit me. What the fuck? I was kind of hoping for that tier thing to block. Mr. Dolly, that is a good item. Well, there's our health back. I like that you're so committed to proving that spending your time on this earth doing something useful is a silly idea. I try my best. It's okay, your dumbness makes it more amusing for us. Exactly. Fringy 2 years later, I finally finished my 5th redraft.
That's okay. I'll get it done soon. It'll be soon. This one. The end game video is still far away. But eventually. Well, it has to because I want to do the Halo video by a certain point in time. So, yeah, lot going on at the moment. The free comic is coming along. Page is already starting to go up, so you want to take a look at that, you can do that. I don't like shilling for myself. That's the problem. So I'm not sure what the effective way is to tell people to look at my stuff and give me cash.
Give money. Give.
Give money. I need food.
Metal's
Because I'm
German, give him a
definitely
break.
starving.
Metal just say fiveth. Maybe? I don't even know for what I would have said it. Should get read the English lessons. Wait, I don't even like honestly in my brain that never happened. I don't even know what I was trying to say when I said fiveth.
Fiveth.
Oh, because I put fifth? So I said fiveth?
$5 footeth long.
See, that didn't register in my brain. I just said it and moved on with my life because no one said anything.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, see? You love to see it. You need sleep. Oh, I need a lot of things. Oh. Ah, couldn't squeeze there, in between there anymore. I need damage. Holy shit. And my eye itches. I can pause this game. This is not Dark Souls. I'm way too used to games not being able to be paused anymore.
Yeah.
Which is quite silly. Let me pause my fucking game. I actually quite hate that you can't pause Dark Souls games.
I think it's a really stupid thing.
Yeah. Hot bombs, burning bombs, you can no longer take fire damage. That's actually pretty good, but I... Oh, do I reroll this one? No longer take fire damage is pretty good. I do need something else though. I need like damage up. Fuck it. Fuck! Change it to a fucking active item. No bueno.
Fringy just said it's $5. Yeah.
Just works.
I like how they say only $5. Like, if you have a bunch of recurring payment stuff, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because again, people always say, "Oh, it's a cup of coffee." It's like, yes, but that's assuming that there is nothing else that you pay $5 for. Like, it's just stupid.
It's not just the fact that they talk to their audience like this and get away with it. It's like
Well,
the most insane
That's
thing
what
to
get
me.
away with it means, because she got a lot of flack for that. I get what you mean, though. It's really strangely disrespectful of the people who are paying you.
Yeah.
What now?
Oh, just, Bad Bunny screaming $5 a month and all that for Twitch, because she wasn't getting as many subs as she wanted.
Oh, I gotcha.
She still has thousands of followers and subs. Oh, sure, but I mean, it's kind of like Mike from PA has thousands of subs, but like everybody outside of the community thinks he's an idiot. So,
Yeah,
how much does that
Hassan
work?
Piker and all those people.
Well, Hassan is a bit different because he's like actually insanely popular and people want to interact with him. Like Mike from PA has an audience, but outside of that audience, nobody respects him. So, and also like I'm pretty sure that he has 1 or 2 followers that donate thousands of subs. So like he's basically supported by a handful of people.
So, fellas, I'm gonna jump out.
Yeah,
Been
no
fun.
worries. I'll catch you around.
Yeah.
Good Nachtenheimers. What a dingus. Get faster in hostile rooms. Invincibility when fast enough. Wow, what does that mean? Oh, whatever. Rage
know,
is building.
I think I might head out too. It's 8 p.m. here, and I should. Well, I can't go outside because it's storming, but
Yeah?
stretch my legs, get something to eat, something like that.
Yeah, see you later, dude.
Yeah.
I will catch you later.
Gotcha, dude.
And then there were two.
Yes. God, this enemy's so annoying, and he's dropping spicy poops everywhere.
God, that's horrifying. Look at it.
I didn't even know how long the fucking invincibility takes. Does this... He's just dropping poops everywhere. This is actually making it worse. He's tanky as fuck as well.
Yeah, oh, you're getting hurt.
Did you just steal a whole fucking okay, I guess that's... I guess that's the part we just all leave, because I'm getting tired
Oh,
too,
well.
and I can't be arsed to do another run right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's see, who just give money to a stranger online just because, lol. Anyways, when's the next super chat catch up? Mola needs to read my messages out. Hey. I don't know. I was hoping to get something funny while I was reading it out, but... nah, that's nothing. That's nothing. Get analed. I did get analed hard right there. I know the normal Isaac runs feel harder than the other ones. I don't know if if Isaac has like different things that go on. Actually, not sure. Could just be bad luck though, because man, it's Isaac. It's a roguelike, so it's just as bad luck. If you sub to Fringy, you can say you're sponsoring an African.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Something funny. Sorry. Coom, come, fleams, flumbus, coom. Oh no, I don't mean you say anything funny. I was hoping my brain comes up with something funny after I read your thing out, which didn't happen. Hey, Fredro, thanks for the resub. 14 months. Nerd. Imagine giving money to people on the internet. You just did. You clicked the wrong button again. But yeah. Is there anything interesting to say? I mean, I already said I'm working on John Wick 2 again. I finished all the action stuff today. There's only the world building left for nodes. So I actually don't know how long that's gonna take. I'm definitely gonna start with that tomorrow. See how far I can get, but world building gets fucked hard while they start to introduce it. It's quite something. But yeah, I think that's about it. And that more just random EFAP stuff, I guess, and just those silly streams where I fail at Isaac so I can win when I'm offline.
That was sad, because I was just hearing about that. Just all the success you were getting, and nobody could see it.
That's fine. Who the fuck would spend money on a Twitch streamer? Shaking my head. Yeah, thanks for the 100 bits. I know if you're aware, but they already made a movie called John Wick 2. Oh shit, really? I should watch it. I hope it's good. Record offline? You see, I don't want to record offline. I want to have like, offline stuff where I'm not recorded. Just so I get my own time. I hate the concept of making everything I do content. That's just silly. I hate that. Fringy and Endgame, while they had the Mind Stone, could they not have revived Vision and then had Shuri do the thing she was going to do in Infinity War before they returned the stone?
I have no clue. I have no clue. I don't know.
Record you cooms? No. Why is Mortal obsolete? Because I'm still off work tomorrow/today, whatever you wanna, how you wanna have it. But yeah, that's about it. I wanna wrap it up. I'll do a Strombobulus tomorrow as always, And yeah, thanks for the subs and follows and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you all in the next Strombobulum Primus. That's what they called.
Yes. Later, everybody.
Anyway, see you guys. Bye.
Bullet